You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night of Friday Night Rivals. Tonight, live from Gulf Breeze, Florida, where it's homecoming night for the Dolphins. And for the second week in a row, we've got the Washington Wildcats on the air. They, of course, the visiting team tonight. I'm Christian Garman. I'll be doing the play-by-play tonight, of course, with Mr. Jeff Price, who's got the analyses. And, Jeff, you know, we pick the schedule for these games before the season ever starts. So we don't really know exactly by week 6, week 7, how good the game might be. But if we had the luxury of yesterday looking at all the games and saying which ones do we want to do, this is the game I think we would have chosen. This should be really good.
Who would have thought at this point, and no disrespect to Gulf Breeze, they would have got their first loss last week. And when we look at Washington, this is a team that is getting hotter and hotter by the week.
And they're getting hotter and hotter on the field with their offense. They're getting a little bit hot by the fact that they keep getting scheduled as homecoming games. You know, last week, of course, we had Tate. We were at Tate. It was their homecoming. Washington was the road team. Washington won. And after the game, we did our interview with Coach Anka, and he pointed that fact out. He said, look, we're going to Gulf Breeze next week. We're another homecoming night. We know what that means. Kind of showing like maybe that's a little disrespectful. And he said, we'll see what it means on the field, and we're going to use it for locker room material. So that was really interesting and certainly adds another aspect to the game. Meanwhile, Gulf Breeze, of course, homecoming. They want to win tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Tough loss last week, you know, losing by 1 point like that. But, you know, Coach Clayton challenged his squad this week. You know what he said? This is the best week of practice he's had in the 6 years he's been a part of this program, and that means something. They've had some good teams here.
That's incredible. So, yeah, Coach Bobby Clayton, of course, is a graduate of Gulf Breeze High School. Ryan Anka, the Washington coach, a graduate of Washington. So, really cool little storyline there. Let's get to the Northwest Florida State keys to victory. And let's start with the homecoming team, the home team, the Dolphins. What do they need to do to win tonight?
West Florida Tech stifled the run game last week. I see there being a chance to gash this defense for the Wildcats. Although they're very athletic, they're also very dangerous, meaning they're very aggressive. They're going to blitz. We know Coach Anka's going to bring the heat and try to pressure the quarterback. It's going to leave some opportunities for them. They have to take advantage of every single opportunity, and it starts with that quarterback position of Battle Albertson. That young man is a sophomore. I don't think he's going to be fazed by this defense.
Well, how about Washington? We know they would love to play spoiler for the second week in a row on homecoming. What do they need to do to win tonight?
Spread them out and let them go to work. Amiel Steele, we know how dangerous this whole team is. There's weapons from Miles Murphy, Reed Robinson, our player of the week last week. But Amiel Steele threw for over 300 yards. I expect him to do the same again tonight.
As Jeff said, Gulf Breeze took their first loss just last week. They are 5-1. Washington is 4-2. It should be great. And kickoff is next. Friday Night Rivals. It's Washington at Gulf Breeze. Good evening and welcome back. The teams are on the field. The crowd is large. Of course, it is a homecoming crowd. And Jeff, I think you could tell in our intro, we're both pretty stoked about this game. Washington won the coin toss during the break, and they have decided they want to kick off. So we're going to see the Gulf Breeze offense on the field first.
And again, only 13 points last week. We're going to see if they can get it rolling against that athletic defense, the Wildcats.
Well, we're about ready to get rolling right here. A couple of teams that are very good on the Gulf Coast. It is a very high, very short kick, and fielded right there at the 30-yard line by number 3, Cohen Kimber. So, the Gulf Breeze offense will take the field. They got their first loss of the season last week. Starting lineups there you can see. Battle Albertson, of course, is the quarterback, sophomore. Troy Coughlin, Rouillet, Cook, Hepworth, Clayton, Carnley, Schoperster, Taylor, Ferris, and Luke Denby making up the starting offense here for Gulf Breeze as they're on the field. 1st and 10 from the 30. It's time to roll. Albertson out of the shotgun. Going to hand it off up the middle, and a fine second effort means a pickup of about 5 right there. That's number 1, Troy Coughlin.
Yeah, expect a lot. And there's for the Wildcats. Let's talk about their defense real quick. We got O'Hara, Messer, Scruggs, Pulliam, Leverett, Lewis, Eford, Harris, Bradley, Wiggins, and Morrell. Those are some young men you've heard of the past couple weeks here.
I was going to say, we're getting used to these names, aren't we? Second week in a row we've had Washington. 3rd time this season. Again, out of the shotgun. Little option here. And Coughlin with a nice run, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 and then some. So a big gainer. That's a 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air as the chains will move, and a nice possession so far for Gulf Breeze.
Remember, Coach Clayton played quarterback here at Gulf Breeze, so you know his quarterback's going to be ready to play tonight. And that young man right there, number 1, Troy Coughlin, expect a lot of Mr. Coughlin. You see our heating and air conditioning instant replay. Little option pitch. Look, all he's got to do is read the defense, and great job. Great blocking out in front for the Dolphins.
Was a 12-yard run. Here we go, 1st and 10. This time he's going to keep it himself, and he's got a big hole. That may be all she. No, I think he's going to get caught from behind, but a huge effort all the way down to the 5-yard line as Battle Alberson shows off his legs. A huge gain there. 1st and goal inside the Synovus red zone now for Gulf Breeze. 1:08 into the game, Jeff.
We talked about it in the open. There was going to be opportunities. They're going to be bringing some heat around the edges, and look at that. Just bringing the heat right there. You see up the middle. You leave your gap open. If you don't play your A and B gap right there, Battle Alberson, he's athletic enough. He can hurt you.
It's a 42-yard gain. Maybe some movement here. Not sure. Let's see. Got some whistles on the field.
I believe it was a mouthpiece.
Oh, okay.
Telling
wow.
one of the Dolphins
How
to put his mouthpiece in.
How you figured that out, Jeff, I'll never know.
I've been one of those people before that the ref
Gotcha.
has pointed at.
Hey, Jeff, here's something we almost never see. Alberson is under center here,
I
not
love
on the
it.
shotgun.
I love it.
Never. I mean, this may be the first time this season we've seen that. Gonna hand it off to Coughlin, who's not going anywhere. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the same spot, right around the 5-yard line.
Boy, I tell you what, and Coach Clayton knows what he's doing, obviously, but that's a great job by number 56. That's Mason Scruggs, who had a heck of a week last week against Tate. But when you go under center, I just like, hey, hand it off and go. I don't like a lot of motion.
Well, I'll tell you, it feels extremely novel. I mean, I don't remember the last time this season we've seen that, and they're going to do it again here as Alberson goes under center. 2nd and goal. Nice play
He'll
here.
end around. He's got him, too.
That's going to be a touchdown for Carson Hepworth. The end around works beautifully. Nothing but green for Mr. Hepworth. Touchdown, Gulf Breeze, and that didn't take long. 2 minutes, 11 seconds into the game, and the Dolphins on a 70-yard, 5-play drive strike first. Most impressive.
When you see the instant replay, watch the left side of that line. Boy, they just set the edge. What I mean by setting the edge is they get their hands on that young man and they turn him out. Basically to block around the edge there, and you saw the wide receiver block his man into the end zone. Boy, all around. You got to love it if you're a Dolphin fan.
It's going to be Cade Lombardo is the kicker, of course. He's on now for the extra point here. If I remember, Cade's got a fine leg. And certainly that looks good. And just like that, it's 7-0. A quick start for Gulf Breeze. Washington will try to answer with their high-powered offense coming up next.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Good evening, everyone. The Airport Dental Smile Cam on homecoming night. Looks like a toga party has broken out in the stands here for the Gulf Breeze Dolphins as the students out here on a very big night. Saw a lot of dads in tuxedos before the game, Jeff. You know, unlike a lot of schools that do the homecoming festivities before the game, that's not what they do here. That's actually going to happen at halftime. So homecoming is coming up at halftime. But before that, hopefully more fireworks on the field as we're ready to roll. Kickoff coming to Washington. Fielded back and going to go out of bounds. Did he touch it, though?
Yeah, he caught it.
Okay. Oh, he caught it. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
It's good to see that young man, by the way, Blessed Hayes. Remember, he got injured.
Got hurt,
the
right,
first half.
right,
Was
right.
available.
Yeah. And Coach Anka told us, you
Yeah.
know, it wasn't a big injury, thank goodness. And, yeah, it's great to see him. He's a terrific athlete. So good to see him back on the field. And speaking of terrific athletes, Jeff, boy, that sums up this Wildcat offense. They just have endless opportunities. Here you can see the offense with Amiel Still, of course, the quarterback, leading the way. Miles, Murphy, Scene, O'Brien, Johnson, Robbins, Rivkin, Robinson, Jenkins, a name we'll say a lot. There's Blessed Hayes, Reed Robinson, great receiver. They don't quit. Gonna run it up the middle here, and right off the bat, a nice big hole and a pickup of about 7 yards.
Miles Murphy.
Here's the Gulf Breeze D there with Shemaine Walker, Oquist, Thorne again, Watson, McLaughlin, Mason, Johnson, DeWeese, Quinville, and Kimber. From Pete Moore, we bring you the starting lineups every single week. This time Steele's going to hand it off, and nice big run here. Wow, still on his feet, does step out of bounds. That's Miles Murphy, who had a big week last week and has another big play early here, Jeff. He's great.
Yeah, how about the pancake block from number 55, Connor Rivkin, around the edge? big 6'3" young man springing Mr. Murphy free right there. Let's see if we can catch it on the instant replay.
Rivkin helping out the team.
Watch the top here. Look at him right
there
here.
It is.
Just
yeah, boom,
right on the ground. My goodness.
So Washington literally on the 50, split the field in half right here. I mean, under handoff in the middle, but
nothing doing.
Yeah, the D was all over that one. That's a loss of a couple, it looks like. So second down now and about 12 for the Wildcat offense. Michael Richardson there with a big play.
Yeah, you see Andrew Thorne as well. This is a stifling bunch. Now, they've given up some points this year as well.
Well, yeah, Jeff, they got their work cut out for them tonight. Woo! This offense of Washington is so good. Second down now and 12, back at the 48. Oh, that's going to be probably a false start. Steele's trying to say, no, this was them, but
not a point. They're discussing.
Yeah, those points never matter that much. I don't think the refs are paying attention to who the players are pointing at, but we're going to get the call here and see who this is on.
Simulating a snap on the penalty, still going to be down.
Simulating the snap.
Okay.
I don't remember that call before.
Yeah, well.
So instead of 2nd and 12, it's going to be 2nd and 7. And now back on the other side of the field as Washington, through the penalty, moves on to the Gulf Breeze side.
Sometimes that can be a defensive false start. There can be many different ways of putting it, but we'll talk about that in just a moment.
All right, 2nd down and 7. High snap, handled nicely by Steele. He's on the run and in some trouble and not going anywhere. And he will lose yardage for the second play in a row despite the penalty. It's going to be 3rd and about 15, Jeff.
Yeah, again, Andrew Thorne right there. Great job. Amiel Steele, we know he loves to use his legs, roll out, and buy himself some more time. Well, great job by a host of Dolphins right there, just staying with him.
Yeah.
Now, on the simulating the snap,
yeah.
What the refs, in case you don't know what that means, is look, Washington can sometimes go on a silent count, sometimes they'll clap, whatever they may do. As a defense, you can't do that. You can't sit there and clap because these offensive linemen, they just hear a clap and they know they go
it's
on
time
clap.
to go.
So.
Right. All right, so 3rd down and about 14. Steele's got his man with a big hole, and this may be enough. It's going to be very close, down right at the 40-yard line, which is about where he needed to get.
I think he got it. It's right there at the sticks.
Yes, indeed, and that was, once again, Miles Murphy. It's just enough, it looks like. Let's see. They may be measuring. Nope, there it is, the call for the first down from Family Heating and Air. So, it's got to be frustrating, Jeff. You've got them back at a 3rd and 15, but you know that, Coach Clayton knew for this offense, 3rd and 15 may not mean that much.
Well, it's the offensive variations we talked about, in the open with Coach Anka. He's going to hit you 50 different ways. You don't know where all the speed's going to come from, but a simple screenplay like that, and there's 15 yards.
Yeah, Miles Murphy, so good. 1st and 10. Now down to the 40. This time Steele's going to keep it himself. Has a nice cutback and a huge gainer. That will be another 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air. Now down to the 29-yard line with 7:12 left here in quarter number 1. Washington trying to answer the very quick score from Gulf Breeze.
Yeah, Amiel Steele just didn't. It was an RPO, a run-pass option. Didn't like what he saw. Took off with the football, and, well, the rest was history.
Yep, picked up about 11. Needed 10 for the first. 1st and 10 once again. Throws it high there, intended receiver BJ. It's Byron Jenkins, but never had a chance, Jeff.
Nope, just rushes throw a little bit right there. Had a man, had some blocking downfield as well. But the other thing is we're seeing Washington go a little bit up-tempo when they feel that they have the need to. And, well, they can do it. They can do it with the best of them. But I do want to, look, number 6 right there, Miles Murphy. I think he is one of the most underrated players in our area. Nobody talks about him, I feel like, except us.
We talk about him a lot.
You just don't see, like, he's not getting all those big-time offers.
Stuff,
He's not in the media a lot. That young man, boy, he does everything and does it very well.
2nd and 10. Oh, nearly picked off. Steele throws into a danger zone there. Malachi Mason got his hands up, and that could have gone bad, Jeff.
Boy, you talk about it. He had an open man. He definitely had an open man. Got to put a little more on it, though, or a little more on top, a little touch. Yeah. But Malachi Mason, I thought he was about to one hand take it the other way. Let's check it out. Heating and Air instant replay, just real quick. Boom.
Woo! Mercy. He had nothing but green in front of him if he makes that catch. 3rd and 10 from the 30. And again, this offense can do it quick. There we go, a little end around once again. It's not going to be enough for the first down. That's going to be just short.
I think Coach Anka's okay with that. I believe this is 4-down territory. He smells blood in the water right now. No pun intended for the Dolphins. But
well, and it's 4th and about 4, so it's not nothing. Would have been about a 42-yard field goal, which is probably just a little much. Big chance for that Gulf Breeze D here. Wildcats have 3 wideouts here on the right side near side.
4 seconds.
Play clock down. They are going to go for it. Throws it high. Amy L. Steele way overthrew his man, Byron Jenkins, the intended receiver. So Gulf Breeze gets the stop after Washington was moving, and a big moment there for the Dolphins, Jeff.
Yeah, Cohen Kimber right there. If he'd been looking up, he might have had a pick 6.
And it looks like as they take a water break out on the field, why don't we do the very same? We'll be right back. Gulf Breeze has the ball and enjoying a 7-point lead.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are back, and as you can see, Gulf Breeze has the ball. They've just taken over as Washington turned it over on downs deep in Gulf Breeze territory. Albertson going to hand off up the middle, and Gulf Breeze has had some success with the run game, and they pick up 3 or 4 here.
Yeah, again, that's Troy Coughlin.
Oh, yeah.
Last week, less than 50 yards rushing. It didn't happen often. I believe he has a little over 800 yards rushing this year. And when you look at Albertson, he's thrown for almost 1,200 yards. So they like to go a little bit about 60-40.
Yeah, a little bit of a mixed offense there. Picked up a 5 there from Coughlin, so a nice gainer. High snap handled nicely. Here he comes again and picks up maybe 2 more. It will be 3rd down. Jeff, going back to the Washington possession, the usually sure-handed Amy L. Steele had a couple of passes that were way over the head of his receiver.
And it just looked like he's just rushing a little bit. We've seen this young man, he loves to air it out, but he just didn't look settled down.
Yeah.
Hey, credit that defense. I think that sack when he rolled out, when he had 3 Dolphins in his face, may have affected him a little bit.
Could be. 3rd down and short now, 3rd and about 2. Here he comes again. And the defense from Washington is all over it. I don't think he got it. Even with the forward progress, going to be just short.
I think he's got it.
Does he? I was going to say, the Gulf Breeze players are holding their arms out. All right, it's a 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air. I thought it was short. Doesn't matter what I think at all, other than I have a microphone in front of my face, so I'll say it.
That's what I love with Coach Clayton is, you know what, he doesn't try to get too fancy. 3rd and short, just go right at him. He can go under center if he needs to.
Yeah, I mean, going under center still blows my mind, Jeff.
But I'm telling you right now, this Gulf Breeze running the football. Look, Washington's not exactly the biggest defensive front right here, so they're trying to use that size in their own offensive line.
And doing it real well. Here's another run.
Uh-oh,
but
I
this
say
time,
that.
Oh, and a ball is loose
no.
and picked up by the Wildcats. That's number 7 for Washington. Jalen Lewis on the recovery, and a huge turnover there as the Wildcat defense comes up big.
Not real sure. It looks like he tossed it back to Albertson.
Oh, you think it was a pitch?
I don't know. I'm interested to see just the way the ball came out.
It did come, yeah.
Yeah, he pitched it. His arm comes out.
Man. Well, if that's the case, he's going to get a bit of an earful from Coach Clayton, I think. Tough penalty there, or rather tough turnover there, as Washington now, after getting stopped on 4 downs a few minutes ago, gets another chance. From the 26-yard line, this drive will start, so nearly starting in the red zone.
Watch the top of your screen, Reed Robinson, number 2.
Great receiver. A regular target for, and a high snap. Steele able to get it, but he's in trouble. And he's going down. There is a flag on the play. Right around where all that was happening.
Boy, interested in what this flag is going to be.
Yeah, right? If it's against Washington, it's a big loss.
Grasping on the defense. 5 yards, still 1st down.
All right, so Washington dodges a bullet there as you can see the grasping call. So, Jeff, we're hearing some interesting calls tonight.
I may be wrong. Let's see. I didn't think he got the face mask. Oh, this is the other play here. Yeah,
that was another angle. Man.
Yeah, I don't know if he grasped the face mask right there, but nonetheless, it's a penalty.
Well, and a 5-yard loss. Instead, it looks like it's 1st and 10. And again, right at the 26-yard line. Steele is going to throw it out, but once again, not a great throw. A terrific catch from Reed Robinson, the man you told us to look out for. It's going to be a big play, but wasn't a great throw, Jeff.
No, it wasn't, but I will say, it was a safe throw at least. That's a long throw across the hash marks as well. But, yeah, he's got to get settled in right here. Amiel, we know that big-time arm he has.
He's as good as they get around here. 2nd down and 4 now after the pickup. Great catch from Robinson. They are now in the Synovus red zone. It was just enough. Going to be a handoff and a great effort there for Miles Murphy, the senior running back, who is so talented. And that will be a first down from Family Heating and Air, as Washington now getting very close to pay dirt.
With an offensive line, just the fact that how with ease they get to the second level right now.
Right.
Gulf Breeze has got to find a way to stand tall.
3:13 to go here, quarter number 1. Going to be Murphy again, who has another nice run, and he carries it down to the 10-yard line, and that's going to be a pickup of 5 more, so it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 10, meaning, of course, that Washington can get a first down if they get to the 5-yard line.
And you see Coach Anka kind of helping his quarterback as well. He probably saw the throw, kind of recognizes Amiel's not on the same page right now. He's going to lean on that big offensive line, and it is a big offensive line they have right there. Go ahead and run the football a little bit, and hey, picking up 4 or 5 yards a time, I would too.
And I would imagine trying to defend the Wildcats from this point on the field.
Nightmare.
Yeah, just everywhere you look, somebody that can score, including the quarterback, of course. Steele's going to look to pass.
Oh, he's
got his man open. Oh, mercy. Throws a semi-dangerous pass. It meets its mark, but just doesn't get brought in there. That's BJ, Byron Jenkins, not able to make the catch.
I tell you what, I believe he had Reed Robinson over the middle. If he throws it to a spot, he's got to put a little air under it. But remember, Reed Robinson's that's a big target as well. But he hesitates and he still makes a good throw.
Yeah,
got to be caught.
Throw. So instead, it's going to be 3rd down now, and again, right at 5 yards. 5-yard line is where the Wildcats would get a first down.
Lumpy DeWeese.
This Washington offense continues to be a little out of sync. They'd love to change that here. Going to be a handoff up the middle, but Miles Murphy picks up not much, maybe a yard. So it's going to be 4th down again, and we'll see if Coach Anka wants to kick the field goal. It looks like he does.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and take the points here. This could be a low-scoring game. We never know. Remember last week, West Florida Tech and Gulf Breeze right here, it was 14-13. So you got to take the points when you can get them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Coach Anka, there's definitely some things in that offense that he wants to work on right now because they are just not in sync. But you got to give credit to that Gulf Breeze Dolphin defense.
Of course, that's John Michael Gidros is the kicker, who's really good. Saw him a lot last week against Tate. This kick is up, and it looked awfully good. Sure enough, it'll be a score, and that's going to make it 7-3 with 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. Jeff, why don't we talk about some of the other games here up and down the Gulf Coast? As we talked about off the top, we've got maybe the premier game, but certainly not the only one happening. You got any scores for the Northwest Florida State desks of scores? What's it called?
Northwest Florida State College Sports Booth.
Yeah, that thing.
Niceville 13-0 over Gadsden County.
I think it should be the desk of scores.
Mosley is up. By the way, Mosley's had a fantastic season. Former coach right here for Washington is now the coach for Mosley, and they're undefeated. 21-7 over Rickards right now. Walton up on Baker, 14-7. West Florida and Wakulla over in Tallahassee tied at 7 in the 4th quarter. My goodness.
Ooh, good game.
Navarre and Pace just got started, so they don't have a score. North Florida Christian and South Walton, 32-32 in the 3rd quarter. Pine Forest up on Milton, 7-0, and Crestview up on Tate, 7-0 as well in the 1st.
There you go. The Northwest Florida State College Desk of Scores brought to you by Jeff Price. Man, I was like, it's not coming. I'm not going to think of it.
You tried.
I tried.
You gave it your best shot.
And I'm very willing to admit that I blew it. It's pretty obvious. Whether I admit it or not, I think we all
do like
know.
the Desk of Scores, though.
That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so 7-3 is the score right here. And Gulf Breeze will get it back. Their offense has looked good despite the turnover a few minutes ago. Otherwise, they've been moving it on the ground, too. Lumpy DeWeese fields that kickoff and gets it to about the 35. So here comes that Gulf Breeze offense once again. Of course, Battle Alberson, the sophomore quarterback, leading the way for Gulf Breeze. And Jeff, you know, I'm always intrigued when you have a freshman or a sophomore starting quarterback because you think about this season, but you also say, ooh, this is real good news for the future.
Yeah, and he's a good-looking young man. Again, throwing for almost 1,200 yards coming into this game, averaging a little over 200 yards a game. Coach Clayton, again, played quarterback here at Gulf Breeze. Right. He takes it serious, and looks like he's got one for the next few years.
It's a good place to be if you're a head coach. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. It's been a fast quarter, a lot of running, mostly by Gulf Breeze. They've kept it on the ground a lot. And they're going to do it again here. Once again, of course, that's Troy Coughlin, junior running back, who picks up 2 or 3. It'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, too, Coach Clayton knows he's got to keep that offense of Washington off the field, especially when they're not clicking right now. You definitely don't want them to get in their comfort zone and get more and more reps out there. So running the football and having the success they're having running the football, that may be the key to victory tonight.
And remember, yes, Washington's got a high-powered offense, but Gulf Breeze is 5-1. The only loss was a 1-point loss last week to a very good team at West Florida Tech. So they are really good. And they're going to run it again here as Coughlin may pick up a couple more. It will be third down and 4, it looks like. And clearly Coach Clayton is really looking to keep the ball on the ground tonight.
I tell you what, and his quarterback can sling it. We've seen him run the football as well. For Washington, again, they're just not that big up front. They're very athletic. They can slip through in that offensive line, but nonetheless, they're just taking the bodies and the weight they have them buffet busters up front for Gulf Breeze and just leaning on those defensive line players or the defensive linemen for the Wildcats.
Officially, it's third down and 4. 41-yard line.
Watch the play action.
Man in motion here. Alberson wants to throw. No, he's going to keep it himself. And he's going to be close to a first down. Going to be dependent on where they spot this thing. It's very close, Jeff. Was that, do you think that was, oh, look, they gave him the first.
Oh, wow,
So,
that's a generous spot.
Yeah, so just like that, 1st and 10. Do you think that was a run all the way?
No, I think it was a RPO. Again, a run pass option. If they go to throw to try to hit that crosser. If it's not there, we'll just take it and run it.
Well, it worked out well. It was enough for the first down, and that is how the first quarter will come to an end. 7 for the home team, the Dolphins. 3 for the visiting Washington Wildcats. We'll be back with quarter number 2 on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are back, and there you have the Airport Dental Smile Cam. The Gulf Breeze High cheerleaders certainly cheering tonight. They're winning 7-3 against a very good Washington team. Jeff, in that first quarter, Gulf Breeze ran for 93 yards, 0 yards passing. Incredible for a team that usually has a pretty balanced offense.
Yeah, especially after rushing for less than 50 last week. So that's the start Coach Clayton's got to like.
But they want to throw it this time, and they're going over the top.
Man.
Wide open, and that's going to be a beautiful pass caught by Carson Hepworth, who already has a touchdown on the night, and Gulf Breeze in business now in the Synovus red zone.
Again, you run, and then run again. Well, guess what? Coach Clayton comes in the second quarter, first play. Throw down deep to, Carson Hepworth, who I feel like has been here for 10 years at Gulf Breeze.
So does Coach Anka right now. That's a 36-yard play.
Beautiful pass right there from Battle Alberson as well. My goodness.
And that's Damon Wiggins with a touchdown-saving tackle for Washington. First down and goal, just like that for Gulf Breeze. And look at this.
There he is.
He's going to keep it himself. That's Battle Alberson on the keeper. Touchdown, Gulf Breeze. And once again, just as we saw at the very beginning of the first quarter, Gulf Breeze scores fast to start this quarter, taking a lead 13-3 and going to try and make it 14. Here's another look.
Well, whenever you just threw the football down the field for a big play right there, takes a little bit of the gas out of there for that defense. And then Battle Alberson, when you have a quarterback that can run a fake, my goodness, it's just what can't they do right now?
Alberson is the holder there. There you go. That's up and good for Cade Lombardo. We're going to be right back, folks. It's 13-3 Gulf Breeze. Dolphins looking real good.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are back, and yes, indeed, this crowd is pumped. They're having a great time tonight. It's homecoming night here at Gulf Breeze in South Santa Rosa County, playing a very good Washington Wildcat team. But early on here, Jeff, it's been almost all Dolphins, now leading 14-3.
It most definitely has been all Dolphins, even for Washington. They just can't get in sync on offense. Interested to see how they're going to come out this drive.
Yeah, it's odd to see that offense not in sync because it's one of the best on the coast. That's Blessed Hayes who makes the catch, but not going to go anywhere with it. The fair catch caught, and that is where, once again, this Wildcat offense will come out on the field. And, Jeff, I will make this point. We've been very open about the fact that clearly the Washington offense is out of sync. But also, if you're Coach Clayton, you got to feel like at any given moment they're going to turn it on. So you want to just add to this lead as much as possible because they're never out of a game.
No, you've got the pleasure of playing at home. During homecoming, you've got a 14-3 lead. It can't really get much better right now for them. But again, like you said, you can't take your foot off the gas.
No
the
way.
moment you do that, they're gone for 6.
Yeah, I mean, I remember last week with like 30 seconds in the half, they were receiving, and we were like, that may be enough time for them. The offense is so good at Washington, and they're going to try and do something here. Amy L. Still, of course, the quarterback, junior, very talented.
Delay a
flag
game
here. Yeah, that offense, speaking about a sync,
Delay a game.
Not able to get the play off.
Got penalty.
and that should just never, ever happen, especially coming
Not
off
to start a
kick.
drive.
Yes, exactly. You got to have that play, and you got to go.
Yeah.
But again, things have been a little bit out of sync for Washington so far. But I tell you what, with Amiel Steele, I think it's tough right now because he's not throwing the football as crisp as they're used to, so they're having to tailor their offense a little bit differently.
So, of course, a loss of 5 given the penalty. It's going to be 1st and 15 now. Nice little pass, as you mentioned. That's a forward pass, a little forward option, but a great shoestring tackle there. That's Quavis Rich who had the ball.
I don't like you wonder if it's a shoestring. It goes down as a tackle, but
was it
I
not?
think he when he went to stiff arm him, I thought he was going to get a little more resistance.
Gotcha.
And so he kind of fell over. He's a little bitty guy.
So doesn't gain, doesn't really lose, but because of the penalty, still 2nd and very long, 2nd and 15.
Bottom of your screen, number 2, Reed Robinson, 6'3", big young man.
Outstanding receiver. Last time you said that, sure enough, he caught the pass. Steele is going to throw, and he's going to throw long. Oh, mercy. He had his man, too. Hashawn Hackworth, who scored a touchdown last week, but not able to pull this one in.
I tell you what, that's the second drop pass right there. And when you have a quarterback that's trying to get his rhythm going, you've got to come through and make these catches. These are catches we saw these guys make last week.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, even better job right there for number 32, Gavin Quinville, the sophomore DB. A lot of times guys will run into the receiver. He never got his head around, but instead he just kind of shadowed him.
Just
and
enough.
It was just enough.
Yeah.
Great job.
3rd and 15. Still going to throw again. He's got a man wide open over the middle here. Beautifully done. That's going to be a 1st and 10, no doubt about that, from Pensacola State College as the chains will move.
Yeah, great job, Amiel Steele settling in the pocket, a high snap, sets his feet, and great job. And then number 1, Jordan Bradley, good job. Watch this.
Bradley,
Just simply sits back, waits for it to come open. Beautiful touch on the ball. That's the Amiel Steele we're used to seeing.
Well, and I'll tell you, Reed Robinson was in the area. I thought the pass was going to him. They were both wide open. It was a 29-yard gain.
A great tackle.
Yeah, well done there. Perhaps picked up a yard. So Washington, 3rd and 15, another big conversion. And Jeff, like you said, we were pointing out the fact that Steele's a little off, but he has had 2 really nice passes.
Yes.
One was in the end zone that was dropped.
Yeah, but that could have been the momentum getter right there. But that throw over the middle kind of settles him down because he goes through his progressions. He waited. He was patient. Moved his feet. Everything checked off for him.
Yep. 2nd down, that was a gain. 2nd and 9 now. Steele going to keep it himself, try to cut back. Did so successfully earlier. Picks up a couple here. It'll be 3rd down and about 7.
But again, Andrew Thorne being a thorn in Amiel's side right there. My goodness, he can't. Amiel, normally, he's able to shake that one defender. One-on-one, good luck trying to tackle him. Andrew Thorne said, well, you better bring somebody else. I got this young man.
I don't need luck. 3rd down and 7 at the 42-yard line. 9 minutes to go here, first half on homecoming night from Gulf Breeze. Steele taking his time. He's going to throw again. Right over the middle.
Oh.
Mercy. Looking for number 27, Kendrick Burrell. Semi-dangerous pass there. You think they're going to go for it? I wouldn't be shocked. Be fairly risky.
Yeah, I think they'll go for it, especially with their defense has struggled to slow down Gulf Breeze. But I tell you what, Jordan Bradley was just running down the sideline. If he would have waited just a second, he'd have had him for 6.
So look at this, folks. 4th down and 7. Big play here. Coach Anka taking a gamble. Game clock down, play clock rather down to 6.
Is he going to pooch punt this? Looks like he is.
Great call. And it goes awfully high, doesn't go extremely far. And in fact takes a great bounce for Gulf Breeze. So they didn't really go for it. The Gulf Breeze offense will come out onto the field. Jeff, you always amaze me. You see everything coming.
Well, we ran the same thing in high school as well. Whenever you get in fourth and medium, if you go up there and you get the look you like, then you can run the play. If you don't, and you try to do a hard count and catch them off guard, they didn't jump, so you just go, okay, you know what, we're just going to go to pooch. And all it was a signal. When you look at coach on the sidelines, he gave pistols. So pistols means let's go for the pooch punt.
So when you make the call and what you say before it happens, you know who I think of?
Who's that?
Well, who's really known for making these calls before they happen?
Romo?
Well, I was thinking Kreskin, but yeah, Romo also.
Well, good, because I don't even know who Kreskin is.
Boy, I had to really drag Romo out of you just so I could do the Kreskin bit. Dan Shugart, meanwhile, is back in his office laughing. Going to be a nice run here. Nice little gainer. Pick up a 5 or 6.
Boy, I am just thoroughly impressed with this offensive line for Gulf Breeze right now. They're not the biggest bunch, but boy, they're gritty, and they stay with their blocks, and they continue just to push you downfield. And right now, Washington is struggling. When you look at Gulf Breeze, you're telling me they're going to get 4 or 5 yards a pop? Coach Clayton will take that all day long.
Jordan Bradley having a good night. So second down now, and about 5. He picked up half of what he needed right there. And yeah, you're right. The Gulf Breeze offense has had no problem moving it, mostly on the ground. Keep it on the ground again. Here comes Coughlin. Tries to cut back, but this time around, the Washington D all over him. That's number 11, Amir Rustum, who makes the play for Washington.
Yeah, Rustum had a big week last Friday night against Tate. He was all over the field again, but a big tackle right there because Coughlin could be off to the races.
So third down and short, about 2, we'll call it. 7:45 to go here.
You know, running the football like this, keeps that Washington offense off the field. This is a big opportunity on third down for Gulf Breeze.
Yeah, no doubt. And Washington. Get a stop, maybe get the ball back. I think you make a great point about keeping them off the field.
He's got
That's going to be a first down and then some from Pensacola State College. The handoff up the middle is more than enough for Gulf Breeze as the chains will move once again, and Jordan Bradley, the ball carrier there.
They're going to have to force Gulf Breeze to throw the football. They're going to have to bring some more pressure up the middle. And again, credit that Dolphin offensive line for just doing what they're supposed to be doing right now. Just a well-coached bunch. But nonetheless, for Washington, you can't keep getting pushed around.
First down and 10. Got a whistle on the field. May have another water break for us here. Yes, indeed. Going to be a timeout from Washington. So Coach Clayton wants to talk about it. Why don't we take a break? We'll be right back here. 7:04 to go in the first half. Gulf Breeze up 14-3 over the Wildcats.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We're back on a beautiful night here from Gulf Breeze. 7:04 to go. The Gulf Breeze offense out on the field as the Wildcats are going to try and get a stop. They haven't been able to do much of that. Alberson going to throw it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's well done. Last second decision there by Alberson, and it pays off big. A gain of about 7.
Yeah, and I tell you what, you only run that play if you trust your quarterback, because that can easily be
go back
6 the other way just with the decision making. It's got to be quick. Again, you fake. Watch it. Fake the zone right here. Boom. Now we're going to roll out. Oh,
beautiful.
Boom. Screenplay. Great job. RPO, run to the finest.
Jonah Cook who made the catch. Second down and 3 here after the nice gain out to the 45-yard line. 6:28 to go as the clock keeps ticking. It's been a fast.
That is encroachment.
Yes, indeed.
Number 1, Jordan Bradley. Again, we see this every week. How does a corner not look in and see that you are lined up
clearly
ahead of the ball?
That's going to go against the Wildcats.
5-yard penalty.
Yeah, it's number 1 right here. Yeah. Jordan Bradley, you see him toward the bottom of your screen.
Yeah,
he was lined up a foot ahead of the ball.
Well, puts Gulf Breeze out at the 50. Now, Jeff, last week we did Washington, and I called him Washington. We called him Washington, and you were like, Christian, it's Booker T.
I told you, Booker T.
Well, apparently I made a mistake. Got a nice tweet from Coach Jade Brown, who I believe is the women's basketball coach at Washington. She said, "Are you guys going to call us Booker T or not?" So
I tried to warn you.
Well, my fault.
The lady at Sam's, she told me.
I wonder if this was her. That's a nice play there. That's Brock Clayton, who makes the catch, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College, but I guess we can call him Washington, but we darn well better also call him Booker T.
Well, you know, of course, I didn't mention this last week. Don't know why, but my mother is an alumni of Booker T.
Oh.
And so we talked about a little bit about it this week,
Okay.
and she was like, it is Booker T. I'm telling you, that lady was right. And I was like,
All right,
okay.
well, okay.
Hey,
And now,
that's
Coach,
what my mama told me.
All right, well,
Bobby Boucher,
yeah,
know.
you got it.
You know what mama said.
all right. So nice gainer there as Gulf Breeze has not gone to the air much, Jeff, but they've been so successful on the ground. When they throw it, they've got folks wide open. It's going to be 1st and 10 now down to the 40-yard line. Oh, not this time, though. Battle Alberson, nice play action, thought he might run, but nothing doing as that Booker T.D. was all over him.
Yes, that's what the doctor ordered for Coach Anka and his defense. Brandon Lever, you see him right there. But again, Battle Alberson, give him some credit. He didn't try to force anything right there. No, it's not there. Just pull it in and just take the loss.
Yep. And it was a loss of about 3 here as we sit at 5 minutes to go in the first half. Low-scoring game, which is a little surprising on the Washington side just because that offense is so good. But it has struggled to find its way tonight. 2nd down for Gulf Breeze. High snap. Alberson able to pull it in. Nothing doing, though. That's Coughlin, who gets the call, only picks up maybe a yard, maybe nothing. It's
I believe
3rd down and
the
12.
only team to hold Washington to less than 3 was PHS, who held them to 0 when it was 3-0
3-0 at the half.
time.
Yeah, that's right.
What a wild game that was.
Yes, indeed.
And look at right there, Prep Football Final after Channel 3 News tonight.
Ooh, that's great.
Dan
Love it.
Shugart, the famous Dan Shugart.
To say the very least. Yeah, Dan will be great. Show's always fun. You can catch that tonight at 11 o'clock on Channel 3. 3rd down and 12 now. Washington going to come out of it, and they're all
yes,
over
sir.
it. Nice second effort from Coughlin, but obviously nowhere near enough as it was 3rd and 12. He gets it back to about the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 4th down and 10. And here comes the punt team for Gulf Breeze, and that's a big moment for Gulf Breeze.
Mark Bennett right here. Watch this. Great job beating his block. That's how you beat the block. Just relentless right there. Boy, oh boy, great job. That's big. That is the first time, I believe, that they've been stopped.
They
right
forced
now.
him to a punt.
Yeah.
You're correct.
That's 3 minutes left in the second quarter,
Seriously.
too.
So Jordan Bradley is back for the Wildcats, positioning himself at the 10. He'd love to do something with this punt. Oh, as Washington comes after it, and there's a flag. I think we're going to get a roughing the kicker, Jeff.
Boy, oh boy. A great punt, by the way. It went out at the 9-yard line.
It was a great punt, but I don't think it's going to matter. We'll see. It may not be enough. Yeah. It's an automatic first down. Oh, that's going to fume Coach Anka. As we were just saying, they got the stop. It's their first stop of the half, and not going to happen because of the penalty. They were clearly coming after that punt, going to try and block it.
Personal foul.
Yeah,
You heard the ref there.
roughing the kicker, not running into the kicker. Running into the kicker is a 5-yard penalty.
No, this was the big one. So the Gulf Breeze offense.
Just uncharacteristic for Washington right now. Coach Anka's got to be shaking his head, just wondering.
Yeah. And with 3:18 to go, you know that Washington offense wanted to get back on the field and try to do something before the half. So that's frustrating for them because now with a new set of downs, they may not get that chance. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Alberson's going to keep it here and has a nice big hole and picks up about 8, needed 10 obviously, but nonetheless, Battle Alberson with a nice play. He's really good on his feet there. Jeff had a huge run early in the game.
Yeah, very athletic quarterback, can do a little bit of everything. But when you look at this Washington defense, a lot of hands on their hips now. They just got a big stop, and they got to come back out there again.
Right.
It was already tough enough to stop them once.
Now, that's a great point. You know that's got to be very frustrating for that defense.
And now for Gulf Breeze, they can just run the rest of this clock out and hopefully put it in for 6.
Coughlin's going to get the call, and he's got a huge hole. It's going to be a Pensacola State College 1st and 10 down into the Synovus red zone and then some. And sure enough, Gulf Breeze is big time in business as it's going to be 1st and goal, Jeff.
Oh, get out of the way. The freight train's coming. And, boy, the freight train being Troy Coughlin right now. Young man is running like a man possessed.
And is it, I said 1st and goal. Is it 1st and goal? It looks like they're right at the 10. So, yeah, I think it is 1st and goal, not 1st and 10 from the 10. Couldn't tell if they were just outside the 10 or not. But
yeah, I believe they dropped the other stick.
Yeah,
so, yep.
Looks like it's a 1st and goal from right at the 10-yard line here. This time it's Jordan Bradley who
Wow.
puts forth a great effort, able to get down to the 5 when it looked like he might lose a yard, Jeff. He's having a big night, too.
Yeah, Troy Coughlin again coming up, just running the football hard. But again, you look at Washington trying to bring some pressure around the edges, and it's just opening up a spot. I think they've got to bring some more pressure in that A and B gap to stop them because, boy, they have not been successful tonight.
Yeah, Troy Coughlin's having a great night. And mainly because Gulf Breeze is just keeping it on the ground, and he gets the call a whole lot. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5 now. The fake option, beautiful play design there. And that's going to be enough for the touchdown. And that's Troy Coughlin who's able to finish things off. And another big play for Washington as they capitalize on that roughing the kicker, Jeff.
Yep, just a simple fake the sweep, and guess who? Troy Coughlin running the trap play, the fullback trap play right there.
Yeah, this is well designed, well done.
Yep. Boom.
Perfect timing play there. Nice little spin move at the end for Coughlin.
All things turning up Dolphins right now.
Seriously. Cade Lombardo on now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, it's all Dolphins now, 21-3 with 1:32 to go. So, Jeff, let's talk about this for a moment. I said they may not get the ball back. That was a 12-play big-time drive for Gulf Breeze. I said they may not get the ball back, but they are going to get the ball back. And with an offense like Washington, 1:32 isn't much. It may be enough to do something.
As long as there's 10 seconds on there,
Right.
it still works. But when you look at the 12 plays, well, remember, this was all happening because of a roughing the kicker penalty that kept them going. So they're, again, they never should have had that opportunity. Washington shoots themselves in the foot a little bit. But, Christian, I've got some scores for you if you're interested.
Please, we're going to go back to the, what did I call it, the sports booth desk?
Whatever, Northwest Florida State College.
Yeah, that's the important part. It's from Northwest Florida State College. That we know for sure.
Well, how about this? The first overtime, West Florida on the road at Wakulla, tied at 7.
Wow.
So they're in overtime
OT.
right now.
Love it.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Pine Forest up on Milton, 21-0. Boy, we got some good games around the area. Catholic up on Northview, 24-7. We haven't even talked about.
You're a Northview grad. I'm a Catholic grad. I kind of feel like that's UV me. What's the score? What'd you say?
Nothing.
Oh, 0-0?
Catholic's just barely winning, 24-7.
24-7? Oh, the Crusaders coming at you. Where is that game?
Catholic.
Famed
Fun story.
Gorecki-LeBeau Stadium. Yes,
Fun
sir.
story.
What is it?
My junior year, Catholic came to the farm up there in Northview,
right.
and we beat them 14-13.
That's not that fun a story.
It was a great story.
Might be fun to
It was
hear.
big for us.
Yeah.
Catholic picked on us enough in baseball. We finally returned the favor in football.
Well, that will not be the final score tonight. No matter who wins, we know that won't be the final score. All right, there's 1:32 to go here, and here comes the Washington offense.
You know they're going to be throwing the football down the field.
100%. Coach Anka has a great offense. Amiel Steele, of course, a big arm. He's got some great receivers. Reed Robinson will probably be a target. Let's see what they can do. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Missed his man there. Once again, that's Jordan Bradley, and they've been looking for him a lot tonight, but not going to work out that time.
Steele's got to take a little bit off. He threw a little hard right there. Just for that, just a nice toss. Just toss it out to your man. Nonetheless, Jordan Bradley's still got to continue his route. He kind of stopped his route right there in a little swing play.
Jeff, certainly in basketball, great shooters will have bad nights. They'll just have off nights for whatever reason. Just don't have it. You were a quarterback in high school. Do you have nights like that? Because
Yes.
it kind of feels like that's what Steele's having tonight. It's just not quite clicking for him. So you do just have off nights. You just think.
Yeah, you definitely have
Miles
those
Murphy.
nights. It's just like a pitcher. You can have a Cy Young pitcher that has a bad night,
Has a
gives
bad
up 7 or 8 runs. Just when you keep trying to find the good and you figure, you know what, I'm going to come out of this. Well, right now he's not coming out of it.
Well, but you're right. He's not. But a guy with that much talent as he has, he could come out of it at any moment. You know what I mean? So.
Well, Coach Clayton knows that too on the Gulf Breeze sideline. That's why.
No doubt.
Boy, they wanted to put it in, and they've done a great job in the first half. You couldn't script it any better as a Dolphin fan, 21-3.
No doubt. So 3rd down now and 8 as Washington wants to keep going. We're under a minute to go here in the half. And yes, indeed, Steele's going to go long over the middle.
Got him
He's
in.
got his man wide open. Yes, indeed, a huge play. Reed Robinson brings it all the way down to about the 26-yard line. And that will stop the clock. And oh, mercy me. I'm just now seeing.
It's like we got a hold.
There's a flag. Oh, wow. It's a hold against the Wildcats. And it's all coming back.
Again.
Remember, a few minutes ago, Jeff, they got the stop, then the roughing the kicker meant that Gulf Breeze kept the ball. They ended up scoring. Here's a huge play from Washington. There you can see Coach Anka, and I know he's so frustrated. And instead of an enormous gain and really big time in business, Wildcats coming back the other way, and it's just going to be 3rd and about 20. Wow.
Man.
That's a killer. That is a momentum killer.
And again, just uncharacteristic of this Wildcat team. And Coach Anka, I'm sure that's what he's thinking right now too. Like, what in the world is going on with our guys?
All right, hang on. Looks like a timeout on the field here. Well, I'll be anxious. You know, we're going to try. We always try to talk to the head coach of the team that's leading at the beginning of a half, and if we are able to talk to Coach Clayton, you know, I want to talk to him a little bit. You know, we only get a minute or so to mention the fact that they've kept the ball on the ground so much, but I also want to talk about the fact that you know as well as we do, this offense can turn it on quickly, and no lead is safe against Washington. You know, what's he going to talk to his team?
There's a lot of respect for both these coaches for each other, and they know both these teams. Again, Gulf Breeze, they're not 5-1 by accident.
100%.
I mean, they
really
played an extremely tough schedule, and they still have a tough schedule going down the road as well with Pine Forest and people like that left. But for Washington, he knows the weapons. He's watched the film. He's watched these guys over the years as well. So, again, you just can't take your foot off the gas. And right now, football is such a game of momentum. You can call the right play, but sometimes the other guy on the side just makes it. You just have a bad break, and it just seems that's what's going on with Washington right now. But boy, for the Dolphins, they have played next to flawless.
They've played great. And despite the fact that last play got called back, it was a stark reminder for Gulf Breeze how quickly Washington can get things going. All right, 3rd down and 20. Steele's going to throw it again. Able to complete the pass.
Get out of bounds. Or not.
Number 27, Kendrick Burrell, who makes the catch. The sophomore receiver comes up well short, doesn't get out of bounds, so the clock keeps running. And
not sure why he didn't get out of bounds.
It's 4th down. I'm kind of surprised. Look at this. Washington has the clock down to 12, 10.
I guess they're just going to throw it deep. Last play.
Game clock's at 25. They don't even have to snap this if they don't want to. 5 seconds left. I don't think they're going to get a playoff. 3, 2,
Unless he's going to call a timeout.
1. That'll do it. So a sloppy end to the half for Washington as they're going to walk off the field upset. Meanwhile, Gulf Breeze has got to feel very good about their position here. It is homecoming night, and they're up 21-3. And as we said, with any luck here, we'll be able to grab a quick interview with Coach Clayton. Looks like he is going to be kind enough to take just a minute to talk to us. You never want to talk long, obviously, as we know he wants to get back and talk to his team. But he's going to join us here in just a second, it looks like. Coach Clayton, this is Christian up from Friday Night Rivals. Listen, as well as that half went for you, a huge lead, 21-3, you know as well as we do that Washington offense can score quick. What are you going to talk to your team about at halftime?
Stay doing what we're doing. Stay the course. Come back out, and every coach says it's 0-0 at halftime. They can score fast, but so can we. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing and hang on to the football, grind the football, and then punch it in the end zone, and everything else will be fine. One
more quick question, Coach. You say keep doing what we're doing. You were running it the whole half. That was clearly part of the game plan. You plan on doing a lot of that in the second half as well, you think?
Oh, yeah. They're going to have to tackle that 210-pound tailback I got. So that's part of it. He's a big, strong kid, and he comes downhill hard. So, they keep tackling him, and then it gives us a shot over the top. So, be watching for that.
Coach Clayton, appreciate your time, man. Good luck in the second half.
You got it. Thank you, guys.
I love it. They got to tackle my 210-pound running back.
I asked him the question.
Fires me up.
I said, you guys going to keep doing this? I kind of didn't know what you'd tell me. He was like, yep, you know me.
Yep, same thing.
It's like, all right,
if it
Coach.
ain't broke, don't fix it.
Appreciate the honesty. Look, we're going to take a break and get this halftime show underway. It's homecoming night here in Gulf Breeze. Current score, 21 for the home team, Gulf Breeze Dolphins, 3 for the visiting Booker T. Washington Wildcats.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are back, everybody. It's the Restore Plastic Surgery halftime report, and for the second week in a row, it's that time of year. It's a homecoming night, and unlike last week at Tate, when they took care of the most of the homecoming festivities before the game, here at Gulf Breeze, they do the whole thing during the halftime, and that is all going on right now. I believe we have Gulf Breeze High School Athletic Director Matt Alt with us. Hello, Mr. Alt. This is Christian. How you doing, sir?
Good evening, Christian. How you doing tonight?
Doing quite well. Thank you very much. So as the athletic director, I think you must feel awfully good about the way that half went.
Yeah, well, I tell you, it's been a beautiful night. The weather's perfect. We got great crowds from our own home people for homecoming, and the great crowd from Washington. And it's turnout right now. It's very good in our favor. So we just got to come out and play the second half. There's a lot of football left.
Yeah, you know, Coach Clayton talked about that very same thing just a moment ago. So obviously, Matt, anyone watching tonight is a football fan, and as the athletic director, you know all about the Gulf Breeze High School football squad, but you know about each and every sport. What can you tell us about some of the other sports here at Gulf Breeze High School on the male and female side? I'm sure you've got a lot of great talent out there.
Oh, man, I tell you, this year we're off to a great start. Our volleyball team, right now our girls volleyball team is ranked in the top 20 in the state. They begin district play next week. We have our both boys and girls golf teams that are going to begin their district play in a couple weeks. And our girls team, they all went last year to the state championship down near Orlando. And our swim and dive team is off to a great start. We got some seniors. I know in particular Owen. He's a super guy. And also our cross country team is gearing up for the next couple weeks for their move into the district.
Yeah, so yes, indeed, you do have all sorts of successful programs, and I'm familiar with that girls volleyball team. I know they are outstanding, and it's been a great season. Been talking to athletic director Matt Alt. Matt, appreciate your time, sir. Have fun in the second half, and good luck to the Dolphins.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Go Dolphins.
Yeah, go Dolphins. Everybody we interview always ends the interview with that. Appreciate that very much again. That was athletic director Matt Alt here on homecoming night. As you can see, the homecoming court is out here, but we still have a couple other things to do. You know, we always have our Wibbs Stone Barnett A+ athlete. It's just a moment we take to say, here's a student that's getting it done on the field and getting it done in the classroom. And certainly this week, Luke Massey is doing both of those. He's a football and track star. Also is post-graduation plans, well, undecided, but he says he wants to go somewhere in the STEM field. Isn't that cool? Love that. Currently, hardest and favorite subject is math. It seems like a lot of these A+ student athletes, the favorite subject is math, which I guess certainly sums up why they're such wonderful students. He is number 34 here for the Dolphins, and again, a 4.0 grade point average. That is the A+ student athlete, Luke Massey from Wibbs, Stone, and Barnett. So congratulations, Luke. Also, another congrats. You know, every week we tell you about the Wendy's Giant of the Week. And remember, if you are an athlete in Escambia, Santa Rosa County, you can simply go to WFGXTV.com, click on the contest tab, fill out the information, and that's it. You are entered to be a Wendy's Giant of the Week. And there you can see Brock Zarek is this week's winner. Congratulations, Brock. He's won more than $100 worth of goods from Wendy's. That includes some grub. West Florida High School is where Brock plays. So congratulations. He's the Wendy's Giant of the Week. 9:35 to go here in the half as the homecoming festivities continue. We'll be right back.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
A lot of time in the pocket. He dropped that pass in there.
Sure did. Just beautiful. He dropped it. A beautiful play.
Well-placed ball.
And that ball was on his helmet. He caught that ball in the back of his helmet.
Play from the 9. Cheney steps up, throws end zone. Oh, big hit. Nixon knocked it loose.
Huge call, but Hoover's going to go up top, looking for it all, and what a one-handed grab. Malik Thomas.
Shanks will hand it right up the middle again to Smith. Smith hurdles the defender, gets pushed around, trying to get to the corner of the end zone, and he is.
And Hunter Kelly throws it down the middle of the field, and it's picked off. One-handed grab. Jackson on the one-handed interception, a little stiff arm, and he's on his way back across midfield.
Team every week, right? Well, pitch back, double pass, going deep, had him open, caught across the 30 to the 20. Cutting back, Isaac Jackson. Drilled, ball came out, is it live? It's a turnover coming back this way.
He's their money man. They put the ball in his hand. He can keep it if he wants to. Tosses it forward into the end zone. Fontesha catches the flip, and Brentwood gets the lead with 18 seconds to play. A flip of desperation ends in jubilation.
I'm Dr. Ben Braun at Restore Plastic Surgery. Here at Restore Plastic Surgery, we support high school athletics because it helps kids develop important characteristics and skills that will serve them throughout the rest of their lives and help them contribute more to our community and society as a whole. One of the most important characteristics of successful people is never giving up, which we refer to as persistence or grit. And high school sports help teach kids that value by forcing them to keep trying and never give up. Another important quality taught by high school athletics is excellence. Excellence does not happen overnight. It takes time to develop excellence or mastery in anything. Another thing that high school sports teaches is teamwork. Very few people succeed or survive in life alone, meaning everybody relies on people around them to get things done and be successful and achieve a common goal. And high school athletics helps teach teamwork and teaches kids how to work with each other in a constructive manner to achieve a common goal.
So glad you're with us here. Homecoming night, as we've been saying here, with the clock showing 2:15. I'm not sure they're going to get this done right at the buzzer. They said, oh yeah, it's a 17-minute half. We will get it exactly dead on. We'll see. They're pretty close here, and both teams, of course, are waiting to come out, knowing that it's a homecoming. Let's go ahead and take a look at some highlights from the first half, Jeff. And there were a lot of them, especially for Gulf Breeze. And this was a big play early, of course. That is the quarterback, Alberson, for Gulf Breeze, had a huge run and set the tone early, Jeff. There's Carson Hepworth, who finished it off at the touchdown.
It's been whoever, wherever, whenever, if you're a Dolphin fan. You see Amiel Steele. This is a big play, by the way.
Look, you said that shook his confidence a little bit.
I really believe it did, just because at that point he realized this defense came to play. And you look, Washington technically should even have points on the board going for that turnover right there, flipping the ball back. That's the only points right there. As you see the field goal for the Wildcats.
And there is touchdown from Alberson, who kept it there. You know, Troy Coughlin, running back for Gulf Breeze, we heard Coach Clayton say, you know, we said, you're going to keep, there he is right there scoring. We said, are you going to let him keep running? And he said, darn right, he's tough to take down. Well, sure enough, 16 carries and 71 yards and a touchdown. You just saw it there in the first half as you're looking at the new homecoming queen there with the crown and the entire Gulf Breeze court there. So a big night for that young lady and for each and every one of them. Congratulations. Look at her. Can't believe it. Love it. Your new homecoming queen. Wish we had her name, but of course we do not. Nonetheless, that's very cool. So do we have any stats, or are we going to go to break? If we have a few stats, we'll certainly throw them up. I mentioned for Troy, though. Yeah, let's take a look at some of those. That Troy had 71 yards on the ground by himself. Rushing yards for Gulf Breeze. Boy, Jeff, incredible. 142 yards.
I mean, hey, for Washington, that three-man front, they better figure it out in the second half, because Gulf Breeze has come to play again. Coach Clayton told us they got to tackle my 210-pound running back, and so far they haven't been able to do it.
And they had 54 yards through the air. Remember, they had no yards through the air in the first quarter, so all of those came in the second quarter. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, we'll see how this thing plays out. A very interesting game tonight. Gulf Breeze up 21-3 over Washington.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are live. We're back. Friday Night Rivals. It's the Restore Plastic Surgery halftime report. You can see on the right side of the screen there, the Dolphins are back out on the field as the homecoming festivities have come to an end. Washington also back out on the field here. We're going to get rolling in just a minute. But, Jeff, while we have a minute, let's talk about some of the other scores. You were watching that West Florida Tech game very closely down in Wakulla. It went to overtime.
Yeah, we have a final in double overtime.
Wow.
Wakulla 20, West Florida 14 on the road. So that's
West Florida takes it. Is that their first loss of the season?
Yes. Yes, it
is. First
is.
loss of the year and a double overtime game. And that was at Wakulla, yes?
Yes, at Wakulla.
That's a long ride home on the bus, boy. That's a bummer. What about, you got some other scores for us?
I do. Pine Forest up 21-0 over Milton. We've got Navarre over Pace. Navarre on the road at Pace, 26-7. Pensacola Catholic 31.
Yeah.
Northview 7.
Woo! New Crusaders laying it on tonight, Jeff.
Mosley up on Rickards 21-7 right after halftime. Crestview up on Tate. How about this one?
What?
Boy, Tate could use a win in a bad way. Crestview 7, Tate 3 in the fourth quarter.
All right. Aggies. trying to get the W. They have one win on the year. I believe it was against PHS.
Yep, it was.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, they would. But the Bulldogs going to try and make sure that does not happen. As you can see, the teams are taking the field. Now, remember, Washington won the coin toss. They deferred, so they're going to get the ball first. And, Jeff, that, to me, given what their offense is doing tonight, that's a big deal. They're going to get a chance to get out on the field right away, try to get some momentum, and sort of make a point, make a stand here right off the top and say, we're still in this thing, folks.
Yeah, right the ship immediately.
Airport Dental Smile Cam, as you go ahead and continue, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, and look, on this side over here for Gulf Breeze, they got a lot to smile about, but for Washington, we talk about them trying to right the ship. They got to figure it out. They got to get in their rhythm, and they got to go that up-tempo. I think the up-tempo is going to be key this half.
No doubt about it, but I'm sure they're pumped. They get the ball first. It's a high, short kick, as we've seen so much, and this time, Blessed Hayes thought about doing something with it, but ends up just downing it at the 36-yard line. Blessed Hayes is a guy that terrific weapon. Hasn't done much tonight, though.
No, been a non-factor. In fact, a lot of their weapons have been a non-factor.
That's true.
Hashawn Hackworth, other than dropping the one pass, has been a non-factor.
Right.
I mean, we've seen a couple of their guys and the weapons. Even Miles Murphy hasn't been as effective.
You're right.
Since that first quarter. Well, you know, credit the Dolphins kind of shutting him down a little bit. But not just that, shooting themselves in the foot, drop passes, missing blocks, penalties.
It's interesting, though, is like as you continue to like name names, it's just like a reminder of like, boy, they got a lot of guys.
So many.
It could turn quick. As I know we've been saying that a lot. And look, you know, I'm the first one to say when a game's over in the third quarter, I'm going to say it. This game ain't over. That's
not
for
even
sure.
Close.
No. 1st and 10 here. And they're going to come out passing. Steele going over the top, and it's high, and it's picked off. Just overthrows his man, and that's going to be picked off by Lumpy DeWeese, who makes a big play. Looks like Coach Uncle wanted to strike big fast, but Jeff, another high throw.
But again, a wide open Reed Robinson running across the middle. We've seen Amiel make this throw a million times over the middle. In fact, we've seen him do it earlier in this game.
Yep.
He just throws it way high, and Mr. Johnny on the spot, Lumpy DeWeese, probably thought he was about to go have to track Mr. Robinson down. Next thing you know, the ball drops right there in his lap.
And look at, like you said, look how open Robinson was. I mean, and if he catches it, he might have been able to score because he's so good, so talented. Nonetheless, doesn't happen. So one play in, one turnover for Washington, and here we go. The Gulf Breeze offense back out on the field, and that's just what the doctor ordered here. Battle Alberson, who had a great first half with a touchdown, will love to get it rolling again. Yes, indeed. The band is kicking. The cheerleaders are dancing. It's all Dolphins tonight. Going to keep it on the ground this time. Of course, that's Troy Coughlin. We talked about what a great half he had with 16 carries and 72 yards. And, hey, Jeff, Coach Clayton flat out said, yeah, I'm going to keep giving it to him all night until they prove they can stop him.
I can't blame them. I mean, because they have done what they wanted to on the ground. And even then, it looked like he was stopped in the backfield, and he gets a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Yes, he does. And that's interesting because that didn't look like much, but like you said, it's a pickup of about 3. They'll take that all night. 2nd down and 7. Here he comes again. They're coming the other way. Cuts in, might have gotten a yard or 2. It will be 3rd down and about 4. And the Wildcats, Booker T, needs a stop. It's interesting, Jeff, you know, the fact that Coach Anka was thrown over the top on that first play, it does tell us that kind of what you said, they really want to get after it, go quick, go hard. Obviously, it didn't work out, but that may be the mentality here in the second half.
Well, they try to get your quarterback settled down, and what more settling down than throwing to a 6'3" receiver that's kind of his, you know, security blanket.
Right.
He's got to figure it out because, boy, Washington has to have the pass.
3rd and 5, a terrific defensive play. Oh, got a late flag there.
No.
Oh, mercy, and that was Byron Jenkins, who just can't. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was 14. That's Malachi Gilbert, who can't believe it. The official. Yeah, there's the pass interference. The official closest to the action.
Result the first down.
Jeff didn't call it, but the flag came in from the back line judge. And it's a 1st down. And, boy, we've seen that all night. The Wildcats get a big stop, and something happens, and Gulf Breeze just keeps going.
Let's check it out on the instant replay.
Hard to know. His left hand on his back may have been on his back. It's hard to tell. It's a great play on the front side.
I don't know. It is what it is. It's a penalty, nonetheless, however you want to look at it. But
so the drive continues.
That's a tough one to
call.
call.
We've seen that all night for Washington. They get a big play and it doesn't work out. Coughlin's going to get a big carry, and he picks up about 7. Oh, and another late flag this time around. Let's see what this was. This was well after the tackle. Looks like it may be against Washington as they're holding their hands up as if to say, we didn't do anything.
Like you said, the pointing, you never know.
The play, dead ball, personal foul.
Oh, boy.
Very dead ball.
Boy,
So that's
oh boy.
15 more yards. That's 30 yards in penalties in the last 2 plays.
Well, here you go. This is where you got to really test your mettle because you've got a couple calls that didn't go your way, and you can either just go ahead and fold, and then you see Coach Anka. He's not happy. I mean,
yeah, I'm sure he is shocked.
Nothing
at the way,
is going right now for the Wildcats.
We're a minute 40 into this half, and it has been a disaster so far. As at this point, it looks like the Dolphins now down to the 25-yard line. High snap, well played. Troy Coughlin gets the call again and gets another big gain of at least 5, if not 6 or 7. They're having a hard time slowing him down, Jeff. They just can't seem to do it.
No, again, you could drive a Mack truck in this hole. When you look in the A and B gap, they are dominating A and B gap right now. The line of scrimmage, a lot of times, when we talk about teams that spread it out 5 wide, you don't talk about the line of scrimmage a lot, but when you run in the football like this, Gulf Breeze is absolutely dominating the line of scrimmage.
And finding themselves now down on 2nd and 4 inside the Synovus red zone from about the 18-yard line. The 14 is where they get that next first down. Alberson out of the shotgun. Going to hand it off again. This time the Wildcat defense is there and able to make the stop. It'll be 3rd down now and about 5.
Yeah, 3rd and 5, and they have whatever they want to use at their disposal right here if you're a Dolphin fan. And again, another play that should have been a loss.
Yeah.
And he finds a way to at least get back to the line of scrimmage, if not gain a yard or 2 right there.
Yeah, the offensive line tonight for Gulf Breeze has been spectacular. Just creating huge holes, and Coughlin's having a great night. And of course, he'd be the first to tell you that offensive line is a big reason why. 3rd down and about 3. Oh, a late option pitch there. The ball's on the ground, picked up by Washington and returned for a couple of yards. That's number 58 for the Wildcats. 56 rather. Mason Scruggs, the defensive lineman, gets the play. And that's a big moment for the Wildcats as they get the turnover in the red zone.
It's the second time that they've turned the football over. Watch this. Just a pitch. You don't need to pitch that football at that point. It's too late. By then, just take it, tuck it, and move on.
And remember that the Gulf Breeze quarterback, Battle Alberson, he's a sophomore, and that's maybe an immature decision to try and do that.
Well, here we go again. Now, you were looking for some momentum. You were sitting here with the 2 penalties that went against you didn't agree with. Now, you know what? You got the ball with an opportunity to go score 6.
This time, they're going to keep it on the ground, and that's Miles Murphy, who gets about 5.
Now, you got to go. I think if you're Washington, they are comfortable when they are going fast.
Big time hurry-up offense. That's a huge break for the Wildcats right there. After turning it over themselves on the first play of the half, they get the turnover they needed, and the offense is back out on the field. Steele's going to keep it himself this time, and he's able to turn the corner. There is a flag on the play, and it's another huge gain for Washington, but Jeff, it may be coming back.
I'm not sure what.
Coach Anka is livid.
Foul. Blindside block.
It's a personal. Another 15. That's the 3rd 15-yard penalty, and there's Coach Anka. Can't believe it. We've seen it's another personal foul after a huge gain. The story of the night for Washington. Booker T. Instead of a big gain, it's a big loss. It's exactly how the first half ended.
I thought he got the young man in the front, and I thought if you get him in the front, it's no longer a blindside block.
Yeah.
But hey, again, it is what it is.
Right, nothing you can do about it. Clearly, you disagree with the call.
I disagree with a couple of them.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest with you.
Good, you should be. That's why we're here. 2nd down and 15. The Wildcat offense still going to throw. And is that going to be a catch and a fumble?
I think Washington recovered it, but it should have been a fumble because he definitely took 2 steps after holding the football.
It's going to be real close. It was right on the out-of-bounds line, and it looks like that Washington's going to keep the ball. Let's see here. Peden replay. Catches it. I don't know if he took 2 steps.
Nope, he did not.
Yeah. It's going to be 3rd down and
But
2.
Washington will take it.
Yeah. They do get the credit for the completion. 3rd down and 2 now, right at the 35-yard line. 7:29 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Be a nice handoff up the middle, and it's going to be a first down. That's Michael Richardson who gets the carry, and the chains will move from Family Heating and Air. It's 1st and 10 Wildcats.
And for the Wildcats, take a deep breath now. You move the chains, no penalty. Now you get ahead of the sticks right here. Now you got to continue the momentum.
I think that's a great point, yeah. It felt very rushed for a minute. There's like, let's take a minute. They're going to keep coming at him. Here's Richardson again, who's a terrific backup back. And we've seen them 3 times this year. He gets the ball in his hands a lot, and he knows what to do with it, too.
He is electric, and he is a guy that they typically bring in the second half when they need some fresh legs.
Yep. So he picks up a couple there, 2nd down and 8. Michael Richardson is a junior, 5'9", 165 pounds. This time Steele's going to throw it. Oh, mercy. He had Miles Murphy coming out of the backfield, but threw it a little behind him. It was going to be a tough catch there.
Yeah, well, credit the defender, and I believe that was number 40, if I'm not mistaken. That should be Turner McLaughlin. Got in the passing lane, but for Amiel, you look, don't hesitate. Just put a little air under it and lead your receiver.
So 3rd down now, and right at 7. First down would come on the 49-yard line of Gulf Breeze, as we're still on the Washington side of the field. On a beautiful night. Got a front coming through, by the way. Tomorrow will be much cooler, especially tomorrow night, so that'll be wonderful. Not getting that cool air yet tonight, though. This time Steele's going to throw over the middle, and he's got his man. And that's going to be a big gainer. That's Byron Jenkins. BJ coming out of the backfield there, Jeff. 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air, and the Wildcats have struck one there.
And there's another name we haven't mentioned tonight, Byron Jenkins, another weapon that they have. They have so much speed across the field, and they can gash you in so many ways. And look, hesitates. Boom, he had 2 receivers in the area, but Byron Jenkins is the recipient.
BJ Jenkins there, 1st and 10. Still going to roll out this time. Oh, some fancy footwork, able to turn. Wow, turns the corner, ends up, I think, getting enough to make it another 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air. Jeff, he was in trouble there, made a nice little move and gets the big gainer.
Yeah, you thought that Gulf Breeze, now they'd made this play earlier where they were able to just go ahead and tackle him. But again, I told you, not too often when you get a one-on-one matchup, you don't want to see Steele in that one-on-one matchup because he will shake a defender.
And he certainly did there. It's a 1st and 10. Down now to the 21-yard line. Washington's in business here as we near the halfway point of quarter number 3. Steele wants to find a man. He's in some trouble here. Had all the time in the world. That fancy footwork again. Still on his feet. What an effort. Ends up getting back to about the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard, but Jeff, he could have lost 15.
Boy,
what an effort.
Dangerous when your quarterback turns his shoulder and starts running with his back like that. Oh, my goodness. But again, the athleticism, and credit Gulf Breeze for staying with him, and credit that secondary. That's a coverage sack right there for them, for those gentlemen, because when a quarterback has 6 or 7 seconds to run around, typically somebody's going to get open. Not the case right here.
It's exactly what I was going to say. All that time in that Gulf Breeze secondary just didn't give up anything. This time they're going to run it up the middle. They're going to give up a whole lot. It's a big-time play. Not quite enough. Looks like he's down at the 1-yard line. That's Michael Richardson. It'll be 1st and goal for Washington as they're down now at the 1-yard line.
And they're going. They're in an up-tempo. They're coming to the line. They're fixing to run a play. And it looks like it's going to be a quarterback sneak. Got to get back to the game. There we go.
Got a penalty. Got a penalty.
Yeah, you cannot sleep on this offense because they will go up-tempo in a hurry. That's going to be encroachment again. And when you go up-tempo, you put the pressure on the defense, especially when it's on the 1-yard line.
Right. So the encroachment's not that big a deal when it's a half a distance and you're only a yard away anyway. You pick up about a foot on the penalty. So it'll be 1st and goal, and as you can see, Washington, Booker T all the way down now, just about a foot or 2 away from a touchdown with 5:11 to go as we're watching that clock rather closely.
Don't get cute. Don't get cute right here. I love it right there. Great job.
It looked like he might have dropped the ball the way he fell, but I think he gets the touchdown. Have not seen. Yes, indeed. There's the touchdown as Steele on the keeper able to get in. So Washington now with 4:57 to go, able to turn that turnover that they took in the red zone all the way down the field and get the touchdown out of it. That's a big moment, Jeff.
So 2 turnovers for Gulf Breeze. And now looks like it's going to be 10 points off those turnovers. That's the only points Washington's had off those turnovers.
It's an 11-play, 74-yard drive, and it happened relatively quickly. Extra point is up. It's awfully low, but did it go through? Yes, it did. That's going to make it 21-10. We'll be right back, and all of a sudden, folks, we got ourselves a game in Gulf Breeze. Stay with us.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Well, Washington scored, or did they? As you can see, sure enough, Steele dropped that. His knee hits the ground. They call it a touchdown. I'm not sure that he actually scored on the play, Jeff.
Well, I think he did, because where the ball is at, it is across the pylon. So once he reaches out, as long as that ball, the tip of that ball is on that white, it's a touchdown.
Well, it doesn't matter either way. It certainly is ruled a touchdown, and it makes it 21-10, and it makes this game a whole lot more interesting as the Wildcat D now will do their best to slow down Gulf Breeze, and that has proven to be no easy task. Gulf Breeze has run all over him tonight.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You got to stop number one. Who's number one, you may ask? Troy Coughlin, 210-pound running back for him. And the other thing, you got to stop this offensive line. This offensive line for Gulf Breeze, they deserve a ton of credit tonight for what they've been able to do.
They've been awesome.
Here's the thing. If you stop number one and you stop number two, well, you still got to deal with number 18, who is that Battle Alberson, who is the quarterback who can run and throw it all over the field as well. So
yeah,
it's just not there's a reason they're 5-1.
Yeah, they're a very good team and got their only loss last week to a very good West Florida Tech team by 1 point. So, yeah, they're on their way for sure. And looks like that's Coughlin getting the call. Not sure he picked up anything. Maybe a yard, maybe back to the line of scrimmage here as the clock continues to tick. I would say, Jeff, an exceptionally fast game tonight just in terms of actual time because of the ball's been on the ground so much. That first half took 1 hour. That's fast.
Yes, it is. We've had games where the first quarter took an hour.
For real, yeah, no doubt. But this thing is moving tonight down to 4:29 here in quarter number 3. And you know Coach Anka is watching that clock so closely as they trail by 11. Alberson's going to have his man. That's Hepworth on the reception. And that's going to be right at the first down marker. Let's see where they put this. Is it a 1st and 10 for Family Heating and Air? Yes, it is. That'll move the chains. And boy, Carson Hepworth is a guy you've got to cover up. He is.
No, it's not a first down either.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I was wondering. I thought he was at least 2 yards short of the first down.
I got juked by the PA announcer. Did you hear him?
Yeah, I did. That's what I was wondering myself.
I was like, I guess they got it. I guess they didn't.
He's a yard short, it looks like.
All right, so that'll mean this is a very bad, more like, about a yard short, 3rd and a yard. And a big moment here for both sides as Washington would love to get a 3 and out. And you got to think that Gulf Breeze would have to punt, even though it's 4th and short if they don't get it, since they're so deep in their own territory. Gonna run it up the middle.
And that'll do. That'll work right there.
Yep. Looks like Coughlin gets just enough. And the PA announcer says, and now it's a Gulf Breeze first down. Yes, indeed. That's, for our purposes anyway, brought to you, of course, by Family Heating and Air. Ball now at the 31-yard line.
And again, credit Gulf Breeze, because when you looked at Washington, they just brought 8 or 9 in the box right there, and we're trying to stop them, and they couldn't do it. And next thing you know, Troy Coughlin, that's all he needs is he just needs 1 step, and that young man gets 3 yards.
So 1st and 10. Here comes Coughlin again, but that Wildcat D was more than ready with the opposite direction there. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10 or 11.
Well, that's what you got to like if you're a Wildcat fan. The Who Are We Booker T, they got to love seeing 6 white jerseys tackle the ball carrier. And by the way, Coughlin's got to come out for a play with his helmet coming off.
And here he comes off the field now.
Malachi Mason will check in at running back.
So that was a loss of about a yard. 2nd and 11 now. Remember tonight, 11 o'clock, speaking of 2nd and 11 p.m., it's Dan Shugart and the whole crew from Prep Football Final. That's right after Channel 3 News at 10 with the great Bob Solarski. So you got Bob at 10, Dan at 11. Should be a great night on Channel 3 right after we get done. That's an incredible one-handed catch by Carson Hepworth. They're going to give him the catch. We may have our play of the game. Carson Hepworth reeling it in. Ooh, I can't wait to get another look at this. Wow, what a catch.
You can't cover Hepworth any better than that right there. Check this. Oh, my goodness. Peden Heating and Air Conditioning instant replay. One hand.
And his foot was down. There's no doubt about it.
And you can't cover it any better than that.
That's just really, really good. That's a 22-yard reception. Feels like it was worth every bit of 100 yards.
Poor James McGlon. He did everything he could.
Yeah. Well, Carson Hepworth's got a touchdown on the night. He's such a talented player. You know, the Hepworth name carries a lot of weight here in Gulf Breeze. A lot of big-time athletes. I played basketball with his dad, as a matter of fact. Do you know that?
I did not.
Yeah,
was his
Randy
dad a
Hepworth,
good athlete?
He was great. Yeah, point guard for us at Catholic. Went on to play at the time Pensacola Junior College. Was part of that national championship winning team, as a matter of fact. So yeah.
Did you beat him though?
Well, we were on the same team.
Oh, okay.
Played at Catholic together. So I don't know if you know how team sports work, Jeff.
No, I didn't hear you say Catholic. He played at Catholic. I didn't know that. I thought he played maybe for Gulf Breeze or something.
No.
Didn't know if he was a breezer.
He was not. He is now, and his son certainly is. 2nd down and 10. Albertson going to keep it himself. A beautiful cut. That's that run pass option, right, Jeff?
That is RPO. And I tell you what, boy, Washington, they better figure it out, because when you're running up to the quarterback like that, you better wrap up and drive him to the ground, because shoving him, that ain't going to work. Mr. Albertson, that just fires him up. What's his first name? Battle. He's coming to battle, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
I just love it when a quarterback just, because a lot of times quarterbacks don't want to get hit. I'm telling you right now, he's feeling it. That adrenaline is pumping.
3rd down, and a couple. And as Gulf Breeze continues to run the ball, the clock continues to roll. And I keep mentioning that because, again, watch this. Battle says.
Watch, just wrap up. Look at him just shoving.
Please.
Wrap up. Come on.
Look at him.
I love it.
Pretty awesome. Hold on. Got a timeout on the field here as Coach Clayton does want to talk about it. So we're going to take a break. 1:58 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Gulf Breeze has the ball and an 11-point lead.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
The Airport Dental Smile Cam, and we've said it all night since the very beginning of the game. A lot to smile about for Gulf Breeze. This is a huge play. 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. Coughlin gets it, and he certainly has the first down and then some. That from Family Heating and Air, the chains will move. Jeff, Gulf Breeze just playing a great game.
That and Washington just looks beat right now on defense. They don't have the size to match up. We know they have the athleticism. A lot of times they'll slip through there and make the tackle tonight. That offensive line, again, I'm going to harp on it because these young men deserve it. A lot of times the offensive line doesn't get credit. Boy, Troy Coughlin is a heck of a running back, but this offensive line is dominating the line of scrimmage.
It's interesting. Last week, high snap there, handled nicely, but a great defensive play to slow him down. Coughlin gets right back to about the 30-yard line. Last week we had Washington and Tate, and we were talking so much about that offense, and Washington's lost twice coming into this game, and we were saying, how have they lost twice?
Yeah.
Tonight, you're kind of seeing the other side of it. They're just maybe a little young, maybe a little inconsistent at this point.
Well, Star Wars, it's the dark side. This is the dark side of Washington. You've got the light, you've got the dark, and right now this is what happens. And you know what, for Coach Anka, and he's also has some young players out there.
Right.
But if you want to make a run in the playoffs, remember this is a District 1 6A battle. You got to get there first, and going in there with 3 or 4 losses, that ain't going to cut it.
2nd and 9, 45 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Albertson's going to throw over the middle. He's got his man, but it's picked off. It's picked off. And
Jordan Bradley.
He may take it, folks. One man to beat. It's the quarterback. Albertson is going to do his best to take him down.
He got him, my
does
goodness.
At the 11-yard line. Albertson throws the pass a little high through the arms of his receiver. We do have a man down.
It's Jordan Bradley down.
Jordan
the young
Bradley,
man that picked
who
it
makes
off.
the catch.
Oh,
he
my
may have
goodness.
gotten injured on the tackle.
Looked like in that ankle, too. Whenever Albertson was going down, it looked like he kind of went down and folded on his ankle. We hope the young man's all right because, boy, oh, boy, I tell you what, high pass by Albertson to Hepworth right there leads to the interception. Oh, my goodness.
I tell you, I was shocked that Albertson caught him. I thought that was going to be 6. It's just enough, though, to get Washington down with less than a minute to go into the Synovus red zone. Of course, first things first is let's hope and see that Jordan's okay. You can see the athletic trainer out there treating him, having that conversation to find out exactly what's going on. Looks like Coach has also jumped out there. He's in some pain. Man.
Yeah, that's for sure right there. Definitely thoughts and prayers go to that young man. Let's check it out. Watch Albertson. He's got a man open. That's the thing. He has not done this a lot. But if you watch the defender, the linebacker, I believe that was Jalen Lewis, number 7, going across the path of the ball, forced Albertson to throw it high. I think he didn't see Lewis whenever he was throwing the football until it was the last second. He tried to throw it a little bit high, and that's the difference right there.
Well, Jordan Bradley off the field, so that's very good. There you can see him still with the athletic trainer, but he's walking. That's great to see because it looked like it may have been his ankle. It's 1st and 10 now, Washington, and they may shock the world and get 6 before the end of the quarter. We'll see. And then we'd have a very interesting fourth quarter setting up. Going to run this up the middle. Miles Murphy with a heck of an effort down to about the 4-yard line. And we will see. That may be the final play of the third quarter.
No, they're going to go. They're going fast.
Yeah, they don't. You're right. They don't slow down much. That's for sure. I should have known better. 10 seconds here. Gonna hand it off again. Oh, great! That ball comes loose. Did it get caused by the ground? What's the call?
I believe he was down.
I think so too, but I don't know if that's the call.
Gulf Breeze ball.
They're going to call it a fumble.
Wow.
So the hurry-up offense hurts Washington as they get the turnover to end the quarter.
Let's see what the ref calls.
Yes, indeed. Gulf Breeze ball. Wow. Let's watch again here before we go to break.
That's a bad call.
Yeah, he was down.
That's a bad call again.
He was a little careless with the ball, but his body was down when that came loose. It doesn't matter. As we know, there's no replay, not in high school football. So the incredible turnover and momentum gainer for Washington turns into nothing as they turn it over 2 plays later. When we come back, quarter number 4.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Well, the quarter ended with a fumble call. This was during the break. Coach Anka literally showing the referee a replay from their feed saying that is not a fumble. And by the way, we agree. It does not look like it was a fumble. It doesn't matter. Replay is interesting, but no calls get changed. But Coach Anka using technology to make his point there. And he's got to be very frustrated as another run from Coughlin is another gainer. And Gulf Breeze now in quarter number 4 up 11. And Jeff, they got to feel like they dodged a bullet there. This could easily be 21-17 right now.
I mean, and for Booker T, nothing has gone right tonight, really. I mean, you get the interception, and then the young man, Miles Murphy, reaches out. I don't understand how you missed that call because we saw it up here again.
Live, you're right.
I understand it's tough when you're on the field. I've been a referee before, but just as blatant as that, and then it's a touchback because they say he fumbled into the end zone. Well, the ball was definitely in the end zone. I'm not real sure what they saw, but it is what it is.
Coughlin again, and that's going to be a Pensacola State College 1st and 10 as the Dolphins just keep on rolling.
And again, make this very clear. I have no dog in the fight. I love both these teams. I've been impressed by both these teams, but when it's a bad call and it's blatant like that, that's where I have a problem.
Well, it feels like for a couple of calls, but also on their own doing, it's just been a bad night for Washington.
Yes.
You know, they've been shooting themselves in the foot. Something like that happens. It's just nothing's coming together. And all that said, again, I'm telling you, with this offense, this thing's not over. They got to get a stop, and that's been tough for them. But, man, they can score quick. Coughlin going to keep it and picks up a yard, perhaps. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah,
that Wildcat defense needs to get something going. And, Jeff, I know they're exhausted out there.
Well, they can't allow another score because in order for Gulf Breeze to score, they're probably going to eat up some more clock, at least 2 or 3 minutes.
Right.
And the way your offense is going right now, boy, it's just tough to drive the football down the field.
Second down and 10. Doesn't look like he even got a yard there. Alberson's going to throw over the middle there. Up high. No, sir. That's Brock Clayton, the intended receiver. Out threw him by about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and long. And Coach Clayton going for the big strike there.
Yeah, one-on-one coverage. You got to like that with Brock Clayton. That's a good-looking young man, by the way.
Well, and it worked earlier. You know, we saw Coach Clayton do the same thing, and they got the huge play down to the 5 early on there in the 2nd quarter.
But you got to credit right there the great coverage by Malachi Gilbert. He's done a great job tonight, and being up there basically on an island all his own.
So that was huge because it's an incomplete pass, so the clock stops, and it's now 3rd and 10. So here's a huge chance for Washington to come up big and get their offense back on the field. Alberson's going to throw out Low throw, incomplete, and the Wildcats will get the 3-and-out they needed. I got to tell you, I'm surprised that as much as Gulf Breeze has run it tonight, they come out and throw on 2 of the 3 plays there, and Washington's come back out on the field.
Yeah, it looks like Malachi Gilbert's going to go down.
Oh, yeah, okay, he's hurt over there on the other side of the field.
He was walking for a second, and then he kind of just fell to the ground a little bit. That is not a good sign.
Athletic trainer is out there trying to work that out for him.
Could be a cramp. Yo, you know,
yeah.
running around there. Those cramps right there in your side.
You feel them, don't
they
you?
Don't go away.
It's still hot, still humid. Don't have that cool weather just yet. Why don't we take a quick break here, and when we come back with 10:01 to go, we'll see what happens on a big play.
Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
All right, we're back and ready for action here. It's 4th and 10, and the Wildcats going to get the ball back. Should get some pretty good field position, too. Nice looking punt, though. Really nice. Right into the arms of B.J. Jenkins, who comes back to the 30-yard line. And that's where Booker T will take over here with 9:49 to go. Jeff, I know I've been a big-time clock watcher tonight, but that thing's just moving so fast. And the Wildcats still have an uphill climb here, 11 points down.
Yeah, but getting that stop right there keeps them in the ball game. And again, they should have scored earlier. But hey, it is what it is at this point. Again, everything has kind of gone, well, Gulf Breeze's way. Now, credit Gulf Breeze because they have played a heck of a game.
They've played a great game, for sure.
But for Washington, we talked about it, shooting themselves in the foot. For Booker T, they just got to figure it out. And look, as bad as tonight has gone, Coach Unk is probably saying, look where we are. We're in this ball game. We got a chance to win this thing. Now let's just go handle our business.
You know, and as you pointed out earlier, I mean, they can go 60 yards in about 9 seconds. They have about 5 guys who can just break it. We'll see. Steal out of the shotgun. Gonna hand this thing off. And that's a pickup of about 5 or 6, and that's Michael Richardson, who had a huge run earlier. You know, Jeff, remember the run he had earlier down to the 1, and what a difference a yard makes, because the next play is the fumble, or a couple plays later, they don't get the touchdown.
Yeah, it has been a wild night. Now, when you look at Gulf Breeze on defense in the secondary, they're going to single high safety, but they're rolling him to guess who? Reed Robinson, the best receiver they have on this team at the top of your screen.
I'm glad you pointed out the single high safety. I was about to mention it myself, but
that's your favorite.
Well, it's one of many. 2nd down and 5. Steele's got a lot of time. And he's got some fast legs, too, and he's going to get the first down.
Ooh. Gulf Breeze taking out their own guy.
So that's Pensacola State College first down, as Steele not able to find anyone open, but decides to do the running himself and does a fine job. Also gets out of bounds.
Absolutely. So then Gulf Breeze goes with 2 safeties over the top and trying to play a little bit of like quarters coverage. And, boy, Amiel just sees an opening and takes off with it.
Sitting now at the 42-yard line. 9:05 to play in the game. Still going to keep it.
Got him with a fake, but nothing there.
And he does get out of bounds, thankfully. Oh, they're going to roll the clock. As he didn't get out of bounds.
No, but for Steele right there, great job faking the defensive end. The linebacker coming on a blitz, by the way.
Yeah,
I believe that was Thorne. And, boy, great job fighting for the Dolphins right there by the corner position, being able to beat their blocks and forcing Steele out of bounds.
Got to look for Reed Robinson here. 8:30 to go.
Down here at the bottom of your screen. Nope, It's not him at the bottom. He's the top. Excuse me.
Opposite side there. Washington's got to have something big. Steele is
sure
enough going to look over the middle here.
Jordan Bradley.
And that's Jordan Bradley, who's wide open. And folks,
he is gone.
He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Booker T. A huge play there. Amiel Steele on the big pass with 8:12 to go. That's going to make it 21-16. And here come the Wildcats.
Well, Christian, we both just said you got to go to Reed Robinson right here. That's your go-to guy, bails you out. Well, this is what happens. Jordan Bradley. And another weapon, you see the heating and air conditioning instant replay. Watch this. Great job moving his feet. Beautiful throw. Those are the throws we're used to seeing. Jordan Bradley running across or over the middle. Great job.
That's a 58-yard strike, and what a moment it is with 8:12 to go. And you get the feeling this crowd at Gulf Breeze knows this thing's a long way from over.
Boy, they you got to think, are they thinking about last week, the 1-point loss?
They're going for 2 here. Try to make it a 1-possession game.
Nope.
Murphy, yeah, try to hand it off to Miles Murphy there. Nothing doing, though, so it'll remain 21-16. That took Washington 1 minute and 37 seconds. So, Jeff, they very handily for us made the point we've been making all night. They can score fast. They did just that, and this is now a 1-possession game here. A very good game, which we knew would be the case. It was all Gulf Breeze in the first half, but Washington making a real case to take the claim here in the second half. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, see what Gulf Breeze can do as they're going to get the ball.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
An exciting game like this will work up an appetite. Look at that, the great Brian Butler on camera, and to his immediate left, you can see the promo for Foosackly's. Of course, they provide food for our crew. Brian's one of many on this Friday Night Rivals crew every single week before the game, and we are so appreciative of Foosackly's hooking us up every week here on Friday Night Rivals. Now that's a great looking kickoff.
That is a fantastic kick.
Fielded back at the 10-yard line. Lumpy DeWeese takes it out to the 20.
Did Washington? No, I thought Washington stopped.
Here comes Washington now on D, looking for a big stop as that Gulf Breeze offense, Jeff, maybe for the first time tonight, feeling a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, the royal blue and white right there for Booker T starting to show up, and boy, have they. Now, again, I want to make this clear. It was 21-3 at half, so Washington has done nothing but shut them out.
Yeah, you know, Jeff, and as I was saying a second ago, you got to think right now, it's the first time tonight that Gulf Breeze is thinking, we got to get a first down. We got to get a first down. Yeah, they're feeling a little heat.
Now there is pressure.
Yeah.
And with the stops that they've had, they got to, again, you know, Coach Clayton said they got to tackle my 210-pound running back. Well, they're starting to figure it out. So interested to see if they open it up with Alberson. Remember, he threw on 2nd and 3rd down earlier.
All right, 1st and 10 here. Big moment in the game now. Going to come up the middle, and that's going to be a nice gain. Yes, indeed. That's Troy Coughlin, who's been so impressive all night long. Picked up about 5. It'll be 2nd down now with 7:50 to play.
Again,
he's become all reliable tonight, man.
Yes, he has.
Huge
Go back to the well. Go back to the well with that young man. You see Alberson right there with Coughlin. Again, the offensive line for Gulf Breeze has done a fantastic job, but you know what? They got to find a way to eat some clock and find another score to put this one away.
And they're eating some clock now, boy. They were in no rush to get this play off. 2nd down and 6. Alberson's going to put it in the air. Throws it well out ahead of his man. You may think that he got tripped, but it doesn't matter. That was Carson Hepworth, the intended receiver. The trip came well after the play.
Guess who's showing up for Booker T?
Who's that?
Old Mo.
Oh,
momentum, baby. This defense is just playing different right now. They are stepping in front of the passing lanes. They are starting to get pressure to the quarterback. They're making tackles they weren't making earlier. The offensive line, the past 2 drives so far, and I know they still got another play, they're not getting the push.
Well, they got to do something here if they want that ball back. It's 3rd down and 7. And Gulf Breeze is going to have to be very careful. They put the ball in the air. Now they're going to pitch it over.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Coughlin, but it looks like he is stopped well short, about 2 or 3 yards short of the 1st down. And I think we're going to see the punting unit for Gulf Breeze this deep in their own territory on 4th down now and about 3. Big stop, and sure enough, the Wildcats get just what they were looking for. They're going to get the ball back, and Jeff, I think they're going to get pretty good field position too.
And the crowd is loving it for Booker T over there on that side. The sideline loves it. Coach Anka loves it. These players now, they're feeding off of it. This is when Washington gets dangerous. If you're Gulf Breeze, you got to go back. Look, on defense, you got to find a way to slow them down because, look, a touchdown, and this one's going in the other direction. There's plenty of time.
Oh, yeah. Well, we know that for Washington for sure.
First things first, get the punt off.
Uh-huh. Jordan Bradley's the man.
Beautiful
What an
punt.
Incredible punt. Maybe the best punt we've seen this season. And
wow,
it takes the
you better go.
balance of the year. But look at Jordan Bradley. He's going to field it and do something with it. A terrific effort. Wow, what a run back to the 30.
That ball was going to be inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, seriously, that is an enormous and a real gamble for him to make that play running backwards off the hop. let's not forget that punt. That's like the best punt we've seen all year. That was incredible.
Yeah, Carson Hepworth, he put a leg into that one.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
All right, so 6:16 to go, and the risky return from Jordan Bradley pays off as he gets it back to the 29-yard line. And this crowd for Gulf Breeze, not nearly as loud as they were earlier. We've got ourselves a water break, but Jeff, as good as this game is, it's not the only game. You got any other scores for us?
Oh, I do. And how about this one, by the way? Gadsden County up on Niceville. Now, Gadsden County is 1-5 this year. They're up on Niceville 27-20. There's been 3 touchdowns called back against Niceville. Pensacola Catholic is 38-7 over Northview. Let's keep on moving.
Now, hold on real
there.
quick on that. Were you expecting that, like them to just really win handily?
I didn't. I'll be honest with you. Northview's got some weapons, and Jamarcus Jefferson and them, they can run the football, but Catholic doing it at home tonight. Mosley is a final 28-13 over Rickards, and Pine Forest 28-13. I believe it's in the 4th quarter right now against Milton.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats here with 6:16 to go. We are in the 4th quarter. They're trailing it by 5. And Steele's going to throw over the middle. He got hit when he was letting it go. That may have affected the pass. B.J. Jenkins, the intended receiver. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And again, Andrew Thorne being a thorn in Amiel's side right there. That's the one young man applying the pressure. And Amiel had a man but didn't have time to let the play develop.
So 2nd down and 10 now. Of course, an incomplete pass means the clock doesn't move. So that's good news for Washington. Not that with this much time the clock matters much. They don't need near that much time to score, that's for sure. Here we go, 2nd and 10.
See Jordan Bradley in the slot.
Bradley's had a big night. Still going to go to the air again, over the middle. He's got his man. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did.
Holy
B.J.
cow.
Jenkins with a one-handed catch of his own. Carson Hepworth had one earlier for Gulf Breeze. Jenkins this time, incredible catch.
Boy, depending on what happens in this game, that could be our Closets by Design play of the game.
No doubt. Well, we know this. Whoever wins one of the one-handed
catches, watch this.
That one for 21 yards. Look at this catch.
How with a defender right there coming to lay him out. My goodness.
Wow.
And looks like he was down on the field as well.
We have a timeout on the field, so why don't we take this moment to remind you that in just a few short minutes at 10 o'clock, Mr. Bob Solarski, of course, will take over on Channel 3 at Channel 3 News at 10. So hopefully our game will be over just in time for you to watch Channel 3 News at 10.
Scoreboard went out.
Oh, yeah, thanks. And then right after that, prep football final. Hold on. Flag on the play. Yeah, you're right. The scoreboard is out. We'll see if the refs want to.
Freaky things are going on.
Chat about this. Hang on. Let's see what the call is here.
Start.
It's a false start on Washington. And of course, the frustrating thing about the fact that the clock went out.
The time on the clock is 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
He says the ref tells us the time on the clock is 5:45. What I was about to say is the frustrating thing of the clock going out is we can't tell you how much time is left in the game. But thankfully, the ref announced that his mic's working, so 5:45 is the current time amount. And remember, Washington is trailing 21-16. Coach Anka out on the field, and they're trying to figure this out.
Boy, what a time for the scoreboard to go out.
No kidding.
This is wild.
So let's.
Boy, if this is a college game or an NFL game, people be saying, is this a little home cooked? Is this the Super Bowl when the lights went out and then came back on? And then, oh, it's interesting. Not saying that's what's going on,
No,
by the
of course you're not. I know you're not.
Just saying.
So the false start, of course, though, means that it was a loss of 5, so it'll be 1st and 15 whenever we get back to the game. But right now, the refs need to talk this out. I think he's telling Coach Clayton there's 5:45 to go.
Coach Clayton's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
But we need the clock. I mean, otherwise, how can you coach? You don't know what's left. I guess they're going to have someone on their sidelines try and do their best to time it so they can keep Coach Clayton informed. Clock's not back. 1st and 15. And this time it's Richardson who finds a hole, and he's still on his feet, folks. 1st and 15 turns into 1st and 10. A Pensacola State College first down, a terrific run from Richardson, and the Wildcats just keep on moving it.
Boy, Miles Murphy is typically the back we talk about in that backfield, but Richardson, we talked about him. He is a second half guy. He comes in to give some fresh legs, and he is more than that right now. He is running that football.
Down to the 38-yard line, and he's going to get the ball again. This time, though, Gulf Breeze makes a terrific tackle and kind of stopping right at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, great job. Malachi Mason tripping him up. Otherwise, he probably would have gained 3 or 4 right there.
And obviously, if you're looking at the screen and you see in the bottom right there, we don't have a clock on the screen or a play clock. Well, can't give it to you. It went out.
Yeah, the scoreboard is out.
Yeah, we literally have no idea how much time is left in the game right now.
There it is.
There you go. That's what we're seeing.
That's what we're seeing as well.
So we know that it was 5:45. Why would I even try? I don't know.
Nope, don't
There's
even
probably about
try.
3:50 left. I don't know. Steele wants to throw this thing.
Oh, he's got all day.
He's got a lot of time once again.
And look at this, open space.
Yeah, Steele's going to keep it. Miles Murphy was on the other side saying, I'm open, but Steele keeps it himself. He does get out of bounds too, so that's going to move the chains. It's going to be a first down. And Jeff, this has been really all Washington here in the second half, and that continues to be the case. Honestly, at this point, it feels like the Wildcats are going to find a way to win this game.
Yeah, but a big 3rd down right here, about 3rd and about 4. And oh my goodness, this is obviously 4-down territory
or
at
is
this
it?
point.
There may be 12 minutes left. We don't know. No, it's not that many. It's
the imaginary clock we're trying to figure out right now.
I do wish the refs would tell us. 3rd down and about 4. Steele's going to throw over the middle. He's got his man here.
What
but
a
nowhere
tackle.
near the first down. Reed Robinson makes the catch, but a great open field tackle there. That's number 32, Gavin Quinville, who makes the play. And it's 4th down, and folks, this is huge. This may be the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, watch this, because Reed Robinson, there's nobody around if he breaks this tackle. Quinville, that is a fantastic play, young man.
So listen to the crowd getting pumped. 4th down. Do not know how much time is left, but I know this is huge.
Oh, boy, it is loud here, folks. This is what you live for right here.
Ooh, might have some encroachment. And all the Wildcats start standing up asking for the call. Coach Anka is going to call timeout. Washington thought they had an encroachment. They all just stood up and started pointing.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, too.
Okay, I'm sorry to shush you. The PA announcer said 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. So I needed to hear that so we know. So now we know. 4th down and 4, 3:45 to go. And that's interesting, Jeff, because that makes this huge. But with 3:45 to go and a couple of timeouts, it's not the end of the game if Washington doesn't convert.
Right. But you know what you're going to get from Gulf Breeze. They're going to run the football, run the football,
right.
run the football.
Use those timeouts.
One thing to think about right there, and obviously it doesn't matter right now, but when you have a young man that jumps right there like Thorne did, he took that one step. Yeah. As an offensive line, we always taught our offensive line, if somebody jumps across, move. Move as an offensive lineman, because then the penalty's going to be against them.
Right.
But hey, it's tough in a moment in 4th down.
Yeah, because if you move and then you think if the ref didn't see him, I'm getting nailed for the false start. All right, so with 3:45 to go. Oh, there you go. We'll put it on the screen. Thank you, guys. 4th down and about 4, 3 or 4.
Oh, boy, here we go.
And this offense facing their biggest play of the game, I think. This crowd knows it, too.
Crowd's yelling. The band's playing loud. Everybody's making some noise here at Dolphin Stadium.
Steele with the play action, going to roll out.
Oh, he's
got his man wide open. And
he's dropped it!
He dropped
it!
He had him.
No! And that has been Mr. Johnny on the spot all night, Jordan Bradley.
Jordan Bradley's had an incredible game.
Oh, no.
But he drops it there, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Gulf Breeze. And you know, Jeff, that is how the night has gone for Washington.
Just watch it. Great play call, by the way. Roll out, give him some time. Beautiful throw. Look, it's just, he's wide open.
Gosh.
And again, look, guys, it's a tough throw when it's at your belt, but you got to bring it in. Get those hands out. Don't cradle the football. Get your hands out and catch that football.
So I would estimate there's about 3:35 to go. 2 timeouts for Washington.
You got to play defense. You got to come right back.
Let's see if we can pay attention here to the clock. Do our best.
Uh-oh.
Going to be a run up the middle, and yes, indeed. Troy Coughlin's been huge all night, and he has another big play there. And these first down conversions will kill the clock completely.
Yes, absolutely. A couple more of those, and you can go ahead and wrap this one up.
Yep.
And look at Troy Coughlin. He's fired up. He says, feed me, coach.
Yeah, just give me the ball.
I can't imagine it going to anybody else, young man. Don't worry.
And Coach Clayton talked about that at halftime, said, I'm just going to keep giving it to them until they prove they can stop him. And frankly, they have. I mean, Gulf Breeze has not scored in the second half, but it's been enough.
Credit Washington and the adjustments they made, especially on defense.
I'm going to estimate we're sitting at about 2:45 in the game. 1st and 10. Oh, a huge play there. And Washington's going to call a timeout quick, I would imagine. They will. So, all right, so timeout Washington after the loss there. Let's see if we happen to hear an announcement on the clock. You know, you would, honestly, you would think the officials would announce it so everybody in the crowd would know.
Or us.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we knew.
We got him mic'd up.
This is interesting. Haven't had this one happen before. You just start estimating. There you go. 2:56. So the PA announcer is able to get the info, and we have 2:56 to go in the game. Washington used one of their timeouts there after the loss. That was a big play. It's going to be 2nd down and 11. To finish the thought earlier, again tonight at 10, it's Channel 3 News with Bob Solarski, followed at 11, of course, by Prep Football Final with Dan Shugart. As we know so well, the crew right now of that show is working hard. We've got photographers up and down the Gulf Coast getting highlights from all the games. You're going to see that tonight at 11 o'clock on Channel 3. Right after watching us on WFGX, flip on over and catch the news, and then enjoy Dan and the gang. 2nd down and 11 with 2:56 to play. Gonna hand it off again. Coughlin's able to pick up about 5. It'll make it 3rd and 7, and Gulf Breeze has called another timeout. I'm sorry, check that. Washington, of course, has called another timeout, and I believe that may be their last. Yes, indeed, they're out of timeouts. It's going to be 3rd and 5. So, Jeff, with that being the final timeout for Washington, this is it. If they don't stop them, Gulf Breeze will be able to run the clock.
They may have an opportunity with maybe a few seconds left, but
yeah.
How about talking about everything that's gone on? This Gulf Breeze team, we're going to have them next week, by the way.
Yep.
And they got another big matchup as we will have it right here on Friday Night Rivals. Gulf Breeze at Pine Forest.
Pine Forest
is
good.
another tough
Yes,
team.
indeed.
There you see it right there. 7 p.m. start. Yeah, I love
right.
those 7 p.m. starts, but that's for Gulf Breeze. Next week doesn't get any easier. I'm just telling you, this is a gauntlet of a schedule for them. West Florida Tech, Washington, Booker T. Washington right there, and Pine Forest.
Yeah, that's
3 weeks.
That's a tough 3-week stint there late in the season, but certainly going to test the team's mettle. 3rd down and 7, and if Gulf Breeze can convert here, that may be enough to run the clock out because Washington is out of timeouts. Huge play. Running up the middle. Here comes Coughlin.
Wow.
He's going to get stopped short, and Washington will get the ball back.
And it was dangerous right there. I believe it was number 56, if I'm not mistaken, or it was number 55, 56, Mason Scruggs. Stunned it to the other side, almost left a wide open spot right there for Coughlin.
And Jeff, the best news of the night, the scoreboard is back. There you can see it. So there's the situation. 2:20 to play. Washington out of timeouts. Trailing
Washington
by
better
5.
get off the field.
Woo, get off the field
Goodness
just in
gracious.
time.
Well, I wonder why Gulf Breeze didn't snap that football.
Hold on,
'cause
is
it
Gulf
would've been
Breeze
a first
going
down.
for this?
I think they're trying to draw them off sides. Yep, it's going to be a delay of game penalty.
Well, they use
I don't know.
every second of it for good reason. Obviously, they want that clock to tick as low as possible before they give this high-powered Wildcat offense another chance.
Again, Washington running a player off there. I'm surprised they didn't snap it. If they snap the football,
It's
that's a first down.
and
That's
the game's
ball game.
over. And the game's over. Yep. Washington barely got their guy off the field, but they didn't snap it. Didn't matter. And maybe the luckiest thing we've seen so far tonight for the Wildcats, because like you said, that penalty would have given Gulf Breeze the first down and given them the homecoming victory. But it didn't happen. They're going to punt it. Washington's going to get it.
Well, this homecoming game's been a little bit better than last week's, huh?
Listen, yeah, last week Washington got the big win at Tate and won easily. Not this time around. This has been a great game. It's been very interesting. All kinds of crazy stuff has happened. And there he is, of course. He's had a great night. That's Jordan Bradley, who moments ago dropped a pass that, boy, he catches, I think, 99 times out of 100. He'd love to make up for it here. Fields it at the 15. Nice coverage from Gulf Breeze, and it's a 6-yard return. And with 1:54 to play, here comes the Washington offense with one more chance to take the lead.
And we know they can do it.
Yes,
but
we do.
Boy, oh boy, this is what it comes down to. Again, 21-3 at halftime. Credit Washington and that defense for stifling Gulf Breeze in that offense. Things didn't look good at halftime, not going to lie, because Gulf Breeze did what they wanted to. But again, Washington, remember, 10 points come off of turnovers for Gulf Breeze.
Right.
So that's, depending on how this game goes, you know Coach Clayton's going to be harping about that.
All right, so 1:54 to go. Washington has no timeouts, and they are a long way from the end zone, about 79 yards away. But as we've said all night, they've got one of the fastest offenses on the Gulf Coast. If anybody could do this, it's the Wildcats at Booker T. And Steele's going to throw out long, and he just throws it over the head of his receiver there. And, of course, that's Miles Murphy, the intended receiver, but had no shot to catch that one.
Nope, not a bad idea, not a bad throw, and looks like a little bit of a wheel route right there. But
And I think, Jeff, we can probably expect Washington to be throwing to some sidelines here because they got to stop that clock, yes?
Yes and no. Just because a minute 47.
It can't be yes and no. Just say no. It's okay.
They could score in one play. They may not even need the sideline.
2nd down and 10.
Oh, man.
It's dropped again. That's B.J. Jenkins, who would have caught it and been out of bounds at about the 31, and he knows his team needed it. It wasn't a huge gain. Would have been a gain. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and 10.
No, but credit Lumpy DeWeese, number 4. Watch this. Almost getting a hand right there, and that may have initiated the drop.
Blocked the vision just a little bit. 3rd down and 10. And we certainly know, obviously, this is 4-down territory for Washington. No matter where they are on the field, they're going to have no choice if they don't convert but to go for it. Steele hits Murphy here, who's got some room. And I don't think he got the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down and about a yard as the clock continues to roll. And the clock is stopped as the officials have
they're moving the
blown
chains.
The whistle. Yeah, okay, it's going to be just enough for a 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College, and that's a break for Washington, not only because of the conversion, but because that clock stopped for just a moment.
Great job, Miles Murphy right there getting just enough.
Minute 25. We are down to the wire, folks. Steele going to get hit from behind. Can't take this sack, but he's going to.
You got to get up to the line, young man. You got to
go. With 1:10 to go, that's an enormous loss. Clock still rolling, 1:07. That's a loss of about 12. We're down to 1 minute to go. Devastating sack there. Huge play from the Gulf Breeze D.
Boy, and Gulf
Steele
Breeze
is in
is
trouble. Yeah,
all in his face.
This time Steele is going to throw it away and able to stop the clock. It'll be 3rd down with 47 seconds to go. The Gulf Breeze D all of a sudden is everywhere.
47 seconds. I think at this point you just got to throw it up and you just got to trust that Reed Robinson can go up and
get it to a playmaker
and just moss somebody, because that's kind of what it's getting to in 3rd and forever right here.
So, yeah, 3rd and forever is right because it's really 3rd and 20, but you may as well call it 3rd and 80 because they've got a score here with 45 seconds to go. And that's going to be caught, and does he get out of bounds? He does. That's Reed Robinson, and he doesn't quite get enough for the 1st down, but he gets back a whole lot. Nonetheless, Jeff, with 40 seconds, this is 4th down.
Yes, it is. But
and right now they're just thinking, just get the 1st.
Yeah, and it allows you to catch your breath a little bit on offense too because that clock stops. So you can reset right here. But understand, it's 4th and 4.
4th and longer than I thought. I thought it was about 2. It's 4th and 4. Here comes Steele. And he hits Reed Robinson, and they convert, and Robinson gets out of bounds. So everything comes up there. It was 3rd and more than 20. It took the Wildcats about 10 seconds to get back all of those yards. They do get the 1st down, and now 55 yards away. Remember, a field goal would not be enough. They have to score a touchdown.
Amiel's going to have to throw the ball from about the 45 or 50 to get it in that end zone. So if they want a chance at a Hail Mary, they got to get a little bit further.
And with 34 seconds here, they don't have to throw to the sidelines. He's going to throw to the end zone now.
Oh, there it is.
Way down the field.
Oh.
And once again, he was looking for Reed Robinson. Threw it into double coverage.
And credit Gulf Breeze. They had 3 defenders back there, 2 of them right on top of Robinson. You see Hepworth, I believe, who was number 32 for them. Excuse me, I apologize. Gavin Quinville, who's made some big plays tonight, and looked like number 3, Cohen Kimber. So they had him well covered nonetheless.
So just about 28 seconds to play here. 2nd and 10, 45-yard line.
We used to have a play for this, the old hook and ladder play.
Oh, sure. Steele directing traffic. Low snap.
He's got time.
And again, Steele has plenty of time. He's got a man open down the field, too. Ooh, boy. The intended receiver there, number 36 for Washington. Quavius Rich, I should say. So now with 20 seconds to go in the game, it's going to be 3rd down and 10 from the 45-yard line.
Now you just got to find a way to get a first down at this point and get close enough to throw that Hail Mary.
This is the 10th play of the drive. And with 20 seconds, of course, job 1 is get yourself a first down, maybe clock it, and then throw to the end zone. And there's going to be the first down.
Great job.
Beautifully played there. Reed Robinson picks up 12, so it only costs him 4 seconds. It's a first down. And Jeff, now that just about at least puts him into the area where I think Steele could throw to the end zone.
Well, that, and you know what, if Robinson can continue to do that, get 8,
right.
10
Every
yards
time
a chunk,
they
next
might
thing you know, they're right there on the 20 or 10-yard line.
Literally, there's 16 and a half seconds to go, folks. 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College.
Oh, watch the backside post here at the bottom of your screen. Not going to run it.
Steele's in some trouble. Cannot take a sack, and he won't. He's going to throw it away.
Smart.
Yeah.
Well, so I saw the single high safety for Gulf Breeze. Carson Hepworth comes down, and boy, that's the time when you're a receiver here on the backside of that play when they want to roll out to their own sideline for the Wildcats. You run a backside post, you can usually beat a young man. So interesting play.
All right, so under 10 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10, which is semi-irrelevant at this point because they've got to have 6.
They're going to drop
and
2 safeties.
They are currently 44 yards away from the end zone. Maybe time for 2 plays. Steele's going to throw it out to Robinson, but it's going to be incomplete, and this is it. They're going to have to just throw to the end zone now. And Jeff, I guess the first question worth asking for the 45 is, do you think Steele can, or 39 rather, no, 44, sorry. Can Steele get it to the end zone from there?
I think he can. I really think he can, but he's going to have to get his momentum going. The bigger question is, can Washington or Booker T, can they block for long enough? Because as a defensive lineman, you just pin your ears back. You don't have to worry about anything other than running to that quarterback as hard as you can, and they got to find a way to give him at least 4 to 5 seconds for the receivers to get downfield.
Good point. Very likely the last play of the game. Washington trying to win it with a Hail Mary.
They're bringing pressure.
Steele's going to get rid of it.
Not going to be enough.
And it's not. Oh,
pass interference!
We're going to have a pass interference.
Oh, my goodness, pass interference.
And Washington's going to get another chance.
Wow, you talk about holy cow. Now, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Right, remember, this does not put them all the way down to the 5-yard line, but it does give Washington one more chance from a much more manageable point on the field. And, Jeff, with this matters, it's no longer just throwing and hoping. You can run a play now from a much shorter distance. Let's see where they're going to be.
It opens up the playbook a little bit more. It looks like, where's that ball going to... It's going to be put on the 30-yard line.
Let's just see. Yeah, 29-yard line.
Defensive pass.
So defensive pass interference.
As a result of a first down, we'll have 1 on time down.
You can run corner routes. You can run post patterns. You don't have to just run straight down the field. This opens up a whole lot more in that playbook with a big arm.
Washington going to try and end it on the last play of the game and win it. Steele. Going to throw the other way. He's got a man.
He's got a man.
It's going to be caught.
Is he in?
Is he in or not?
Is he in? He's short.
He's short. It is not a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
He stopped at about the 1.
What just happened?
And Gulf
Holy
Breeze is
cow.
going to win the game 21-16. Coach Clayton on the field with his hands up, the fist pump. Steele makes an incredible play to throw it across the field. And they come up a yard short.
Holy cow.
Could be the game of the year, folks. Incredible. Here's another look. Steele buys himself some time, throws the other way, and
Off his
nobody was
back
over
foot.
there.
This is an extremely tough throw, but watch Jordan Bradley.
Caught at the one.
Let's see. Does he ever? Oh, boy.
Does he reach? Golly.
Aye, that is as close as it gets, folks.
Wow. Holy cow. You know, we don't have 10 angles like you might get,
No.
you know, in the NFL, but Bradley, who factored huge in the
boy.
game, tries to stick the ball over the line.
Boy,
Didn't
that-
get it. Whether he did or not, he doesn't get the call. And Gulf Breeze will escape. After a 21-3 lead at the half, they win this thing 21-16. Jeff, this is a game that lived up to the hype.
We told you this was going to be probably the game of the year, and boy, it didn't disappoint. Again, at halftime, 21-3, and wow, it comes down to the last play in inches. Not even inches, probably an inch.
About an inch. Pretty incredible stuff. Nonetheless, homecoming night and a big win against a great team. Gulf Breeze gets the win. When we come back, we've got a play of the game. I know what that'll be. We've got a player of the game, and of course, we're going to talk to the winning coach.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are back live, and there you can see Gulf Breeze, the Dolphins, and Coach Bobby Clayton standing right there in the middle, and he's wearing the headsets. Coach Clayton, we've been doing Friday Night Rivals for a very long time. That may well be the best game we've ever had on TV.
That was a hell of a game right there, wasn't it? That's what high school football is supposed to be about. We talked about it at halftime, and this is high school football in the South, especially in the Panhandle.
Coach, you guys were up big at halftime, and you knew as well as we did, Washington's got that big-time offense. They're tough to slow down, and sure enough, they came storming back. What did you talk to your team about at halftime to keep them ready for that comeback?
And we say stay the course, keep doing what we've been doing. Offense sputtered right there. We weren't able to run the football. Washington made some adjustments on us, and our defense, I can't say enough about Coach Spencer and our defensive staff. Those guys put together a great game plan. Kids went out there, they believed, they executed all the way down to the last, obviously no seconds on the clock for the last play.
Yeah, and then some, right? Because
Yeah.
they even got the extra play after the pass interference. Coach, a win like this, when you were really about as tested as you could possibly be when it mattered most against a very good team, how do you build off of something like that as we really come to the final stretch here of the season?
Well, we just keep practicing. I mean, we're a pretty damn good team too. So we just keep practicing, and we get ready to play next week. We'll enjoy this one this weekend and have a great time. It's homecoming, so our kids get a good homecoming dance and all that good stuff afterwards. And then we'll get back to work on Monday and we'll get ready for Pine Forest.
One more thing, Coach. In just a minute, we're going to name Troy Coughlin and the entire offensive line as our players of the game because they were so incredible. I know that was a huge factor for you guys tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'd give it to the defense, too. Everybody gets a trophy tonight, man. It's one of those games.
Well, on that happy note, why don't we do just that? Let's go ahead and walk in and hand the trophy over to the Dolphins.
There we go. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Good job. Congratulations,
We
Coach.
need to talk about Coach Clayton's Tiger Woods fist pump, too,
Yeah, I
as soon
saw
as
that.
the
Yeah.
game was over. That was impressive.
He was out in the middle of the field, and once he knew it was official, he did give it the fist pump. And so that was as good as it gets. Why don't we go ahead and take care of a couple more things? This is going to be the play of the game, and no surprise, Jeff, it's the last play.
Yeah, absolutely. And
we lost the replay. That's okay.
We lost it, but
Hopefully
hey.
we'll have in a second. From Closets by Design, of course, we bring you the play of the game. And remember, here it is once again. This was after the clock had run out.
No time left, ladies and gentlemen. This is, again, oh my goodness.
Opposite
now, here's
way.
the thing. Does he score? Does he not score? You be the judge. But it was called short. And if it was short, I tell you what, it was only by millimeters, ladies and gentlemen.
Not short by much.
Holy
Incredible
cow.
throw against his body there.
Look at
Steele.
this. Look, that's it.
And Jordan Bradley reaches it out. Boy, don't you wish we had an angle down there on the sidelines to see. Doesn't matter. It's an incredible play and an incredible way to end the game. And as you heard me say just a moment ago, we're going to do, instead of player of the game, we're going to do players of the game. And this brought to you by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Troy Coughlin had a huge night, folks. He ran for 145 yards on 35 carries. But, Jeff, he didn't do it alone.
No, he didn't. And that big offensive line, those young men, boy, take them out to homecoming dinner because Troy Coughlin, he had himself a night, but the big hogs up front, however you want to call them, they battled, and it was just enough to pull out the victory tonight.
So congratulations to Troy. Congratulations to that offensive line, all players of the game. Next week, we've got Gulf Breeze again, only we're heading on the road. It's going to be not Gulf Breeze versus Gulf Breeze. Instead, Gulf Breeze versus Pine Forest. That's next week. That's a 7 o'clock start. Hopefully you can join us for that. But well before then, you want to tune on over, of course, 9 minutes into Channel 3 News at 10. That ends at 11 o'clock, and that's when Dan Shugart takes over with Prep Football Final. He'll have no doubt the highlights from this game, and boy, oh boy, there were a lot of them. But also, he's going to show you what happened up and down the Gulf Coast as West Florida Tech goes down in a very close game in double overtime on the road and a whole lot more. So catch that tonight at 11. Prep Football Final with Dan Shugart. This game was incredible. We hope you enjoyed it just as much as we did, as we weren't able to see the final comeback there from the Wildcats because the Dolphins come up huge and get the win. Congrats to Coach Clayton. Congrats to Gulf Breeze on homecoming night. It's Friday Night Rivals. Glad you're with us. We'll see you again in a week at 7 p.m.